That's where I remember last thing was we had the hole in the ground. We threw something down, and it took a long time to get there if we even saw it.
The Crystal
That's
Cavern
where
was
I left.
not really explored. So
Okay.
you guys found you went over the hole and continued the tunnel and found this room where the giants were doing that. Fought some giants. I think there was also only like 3 people there last time, so it was another kind of rough one. But they made it through, and they were given some luck or vial back for it. Um,
I'm sorry. A what? Vial?
they got rewards of luck / vial because they spent a
Oh,
lot.
luck and sorry. I thought a vial of something like cool.
I don't know. They found like a magic elevator that I didn't quite telegraph how to use it that well, so they just like forced it down by strength checks. It was a voice operated magic elevator. People just need to tell it to go down or up in the language of giants.
To be fair, most all of us didn't speak giant, I think. So we just
It'd
like
be nice. That could be a magic.
we just like grabbed the gears and wrenched the elevator down, with it.
Are we confident the elevator will go back up? Are y'all still on the ground?
I mean, it's probably a lot harder to make go back up. Basically, they went down. They found an area where there's like tons of gold and stuff. There's some hidden giant and a basilisk in there. Took care of that. Got a little bit of loot, but we're like kind of also like, well, we can come back for that later. They went down to the lowest level, and another like stone giant priest was essentially performing some kind of ceremony down there, and they were pouring molten gems and gold into like a hollow husk of their ancient king that they were trying to resurrect or reforge, because that adventure is titled The Reforging of the Stone King.
We're on level 4, right?
5 now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Not keeping up with current events.
And you have these, well, you saw, you got that, the casting and stuff there. You get, extra D3 of strength and extra D3 of stamina. Because at the end, Dave's character, his Toag, died. And Ian had the great idea of like, well, they were already like about to literally resurrect something. Let me take over this spell process and have him be resurrected as well. So they did that and, shoved the Toag's body into the vat of molten gold, poured it in, and there's this kind of like commingling of the psyche of the Stone King and also Sam, the human who was turned into a frogman, who's now turned into a stone frogman. I think, you could decide how you want him to look, but I was thinking like a very like a desert lizard, the desert toad instead of a frog. Now, very like rocky, kind of like a horny toad lizard, which, and got some stone giant powers because of that. And in the commingling of that, it seemed like a good way to get through some stuff. Knew that in the crystal caverns were the lost city of the stone giants when they used to live on this plane. They succumbed to a disease where they were all like crystallizing, kind of like a wood being petrified process, but stone becoming crystal, but a similar process to petrification in some regards. And so, but he knew where to find the ancient underground castle that is lost down there in this vast cavern, and guided them to the Stone King's lost throne room from long ago. And upon the throne there is the corpse of the Stone King, still holding a black orb that they know is essentially like a like similar to like what you might imagine like a scrying orb or the pondering the orb meme. But it is linked to the stone giants. Like all these other giants, seem to have made a pretty bad deal at some point with this nameless chaos god, and that black orb is linked to the chaos god in a way that you can travel to the realm that it creates, where it is, at the same time at its highest power, but also its most vulnerable. So you guys didn't go back up. We can say for you guys get everyone's back up to full health. We can do that kind of thing. You leveled up. That Final Fantasy beam of light or whatever comes down, and full health. but you guys are ready to go. The first thing someone has to do, I guess either Ian or John, one of your two characters, we need a spell check on that black orb to take you and the rest of everyone else with you into this chaos realm.
Yeah, I'll go. Rita will go ahead and volunteer herself. Let's see, 20 plus 11. Sorry, I go to the apps and bring my dice. Oh, God.
Did you roll a 1?
Yes, I rolled a natural 1.
Okay, don't worry. I've accounted for this.
Okay.
Yes, even better.
Yeah. So I'll say everyone. So you guys do still planar travel. Everyone takes 3 points of damage. I might have put more, but now we're playing with goblins, and I probably would have just killed them. But you guys are also going to, everyone, suffer corruption as per the planar step spell.
All right.
So,
That's going to be a judge's ruling if that empowers me, but we'll worry about that after.
I'll say yeah. So everyone, roll a d8 for yourself.
Do I roll a d8 6 times?
Well, for simplicity's sake, let's just say your goblins are each affected in this one way.
Okay. So, if it was 3 damage, I straight up lost 2.
Okay.
As you might expect.
All right. Eddie was first to chime in with a 5. A 5 is major corruption. I'll just roll for that. Eddie, do you have a vile modifier?
Let me unmute. No.
No. Okay. Your character changes in height. You shrink by 5 inches.
Did you have that to spare?
I think I'm still in a Cyclops body, so
You're in a sea giant body, so you're still a pretty big guy.
Oh.
Ian, you get.
Does he shrink proportionally, or
He just like he gets like a little compacted and wider, just a little bit fatter.
lose his shins,
Yeah.
like a.
Ian, do you have a modifier?
I do not. It is a 0.
So I'll say make a vile check then.
All right. Oops. Let's see. Here we go. I did not make it. I got a 16 and I have 8 vial.
You're on your right hand. Your dominant hand. I assume that's your right hand. Fingers on one hand fuse while the thumb enlarges. After 1 week, the hand is transformed into a crab claw.
All right. Crab claw.
Uh-huh.
Right hand crab. Well, that's all right. I just use my claws anyway for my damage, so.
Are you going to adopt the name Clawful?
Clawful.
What's your new form, by the way, at level 5?
I'm a spined demon now,
Okay.
so like at some point in time,
that roll thing.
Yeah, so at some point in time, I like went down and like a cocoon came up over me, and then it burst open with a bunch of spines, and then I came up out of it, all muscled up.
That a Kano attack?
You sound like
Yes, exactly.
Get away from me, you puny worshippers.
All right, and John, I'm going to paste yours in chat because it's a little bit longer, but anytime any of your die rolls come up a 13, you flicker out of existence for 1d4 rounds. Any roll.
Oh, of course.
I rolled a 3, and I have a vial of 9, so it's a +1.
I feel like everything for you, John, is very on point, though. Like that seems like a hag.
It's very
thing,
cool,
right?
though.
Like,
Very
Yeah,
thematic.
okay. I agree.
So Dave, you and Calvin both got the 3. So for both of you, you are dimensional magnets, attracting the attention of creatures that can leap through space and time, such as that they inevitably draw the attack of demons, elementals, and other extraplanar creatures when they are present. Perfect for going to a plane of chaos. And I'll also copy that in here for you guys. And don't let me. If and when Frank shows up, I'm writing a note. Frank needs corruption. So I'll ask him to roll that d8 when he does.
I'll send him a text.
I mean, he mentioned in the chat he was coming home from work a little late. He would be here, so he's probably sent him a text, but he should be popping in pretty soon.
Okay.
Or thematic.
Whose one was that?
That was mine, and
Oh, okay.
Am I?
yes. I guess for drama's sake, I want to say that two, I don't know, demonic interdimensional hands just reached out and grabbed two goblins, and we just show up and act like nothing happened. So I'm down to 4.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, maybe we'll find some goblins here as well.
I get a couple more hours, maybe just goblins will pop out of time space, and they're just.
Maybe you'll attract an interplanar goblin.
I'll say
Yeah.
in addition to that, because of the natural one, each of you, and I'll let y'all choose, lose one important item that you carry.
I have exactly 0 important items.
You have
Well,
more. You have fun items.
Tons of items. It's all.
I've got the obvious one. It's the Book of Prophecies is gone.
All right. And I, noted down. There is a possibility it is found at some point, somewhere on this plane of existence. But
No, it's not great for me because I only have one item, and I've only had one item the whole time, which is my unholy symbol. So, yeah.
So does mine have to be the Chrysophrer?
It doesn't. I've written player's discretion or player's choice, but it's up to you what you think your like one item that you would lose would be.
I don't know. But
I mean, it's what I mean. That's what came to your mind, so I think it's probably that. Unfortunately.
Oh.
A set of giant ivory dentures. Somewhere in this plane.
All right. And when you arrive here, the air is barely recognizable as such to your lungs, for those of you who do breathe. Each breath feels like a gulp of water, and what at first sounds like thunder is recognized as gnashing roars and screams of monsters. The endless sky is filled with crawling, biting, and bleeding clouds of utterly alien monsters embroiled in ceaseless celestial combat. You stand on the shores of a small island facing out over the wine-colored sea. In the distance, you can see an opening at the base of a massive ziggurat, upon which is perched a giant bird.
How can we tell how far away this is?
Does not look. It looks like it would be quite a swim. You should. It seems like you would want to at least look around for some kind of water vessel.
Okay. And this wine-colored sea, what's like anything else? Anything otherwise notable about it? Do we see, or like? I mean, I feel like there. If we watch long enough, there's probably creatures and stuff in it, and is it like choppy seas or anything like that we have to be worried about?
It's very cold. You can like see your breath plume over it, and when the sea washes up on the shore where you are, you can see faces in them, and like the crashing of the seas and the waves sounds like a soft wailing on the wind. The faces you see in the waves crash and just muddle back into water.
As far as the eye can see, can we see any boats or things along anywhere? Bridges?
On the island that you are, you think you can see like where a little like land bridge that is just like ankle deep for most of y'all that connects to actually 2 other islands that seem to kind of like start circling around the ziggurat. I'll post a little map in there. We'll say you guys are on Island 1A up at the top right now. And to describe the island you are on, there are scarlet flowers that cover strangely shaped mounds that dot the isle. And at the center, as you look there, there's a golden-leafed weeping willow tree. And bees heavy with pollens come and go in the direction of the distant ziggurat.
So you said there's like some kind of flower?
Yeah, red flowers.
Like regular size, normal flowers? Scarlet flowers. Like poppy sized?
Yeah, they seem like spider lilies. If you know what those look like. They very pretty. They are named like that because they kind of like branch out like a dead spider. When they die, the legs curl up and they kind of do that, covering the little part where the pollen is, the stem there.
And as an aside, you ever hear that thing about why Homer's, I think it's the Iliad, who has that first phrase of wine dark sea? Why it's called a wine dark sea?
Mm-hmm.
How it's like that they just didn't have the word blue.
Yeah. There's I think a This American Life episode I listened to about the color blue.
That sounds like that. Yeah. Kind of like how
Right.
brown isn't a color; it's just dark orange
Yeah, dark orange. That's weird.
or desaturated orange, rather. Yeah, dark orange.
You want to try to chop down this tree to make a raft?
Are there? Yeah, that's another question. Is there anything raftable on this island, or is it just the little bushes with the flowers?
There's a willow tree.
Right. Right. The willow tree.
So it's just that one tree besides the flowers.
Yeah, there's like, the mounds on the island that like the flowers grow like pretty heavy on those, but they're dotted in between. It's a very small island.
What would you say the diameter of that tree is for the trunk?
I mean, you guys have like a big ass sea giant here, but be a little harder for he's gonna have to sit in the middle or way down the front or the back. You might be able to float along on that.
Does anybody in our party have the ability? So that big bird that's in the center ziggurat, is it alive, like looking around, or just a statue kind of
You
thing?
see a little bit of movement. It's in the distance. It's kind of hard to make out right
Oh.
now.
Okay. I was about to say, like, anyone in the party knew how to vaguely tame a large bird to carry us over water, but
We could kill it and Eddie could possess it.
that too.
You got to get over there first.
Exactly. Or
Or you can get its attention. I can taunt the hell out of it from several hundred yards away.
Yeah, can we see any distinctive features from 1B or 1E?
Yeah, over at 1B, that one looks to be a more forested isle. Looks like, they're not like huge trees, but they seem to mostly be kind of like, say like 30-foot tall trees, There are no redwoods over there. Over on 1E, that one, you actually see like a small castle built upon the island.
On E?
Yes, on the map in the chat here.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I'm
Now,
sorry. Which
are
one are
they-
we on again? I forgot.
A
1A.
up top.
We're on A. Okay.
Is the one in the middle closer or equal distance from 1B and 1E from us?
They're equidistant for all intents and purposes.
Does
He has
anyone
a
want to?
castle. I say, go ahead.
I was going to ask if you want to hit one of those other islands first.
Yeah, if we
Sea giants
walk
can
to
walk
the-
on water.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
They were just banished from. Oh, okay. Wikipedia. All right. No, they were just banished
It's
from the
gotta be
land,
true.
stuck at sea for 1,000 years.
If we've got that little land bridge to go to 1E and there is a castle there might be a boat or something on that place, right?
Yeah, there
Oh.
might be something else over there that we can use too, right?
how
We've just got bushes on
substantial
this
does
place
that?
and a tree.
How substantial does that bridge look?
This is like it looks like one of those land
Sandbar?
bridges, sandbars where it's like low tide you can cross it and you're gonna get your
Like a
feet
jetty.
wet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the first time, and there's always quicksand and things that are ankle high or waist high water, etc. It's bad, but I don't see how to get off this island of just bushes.
Well, do you want to wait for the
One
tide
tree.
to go down low enough and then hightail it to the castle?
I guess the other
Do we
question
know
is
that
there a
there's
moon
tide?
and or a?
You do not
Yeah,
know that
exactly.
there's
Just-
tides. You look in the opposite direction of the ziggurat, and there's just endless sea and those monster clouds above you, and you feel less certain that this world obeys natural. You're like, is there even a moon up there to cause tides? Does that even matter?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the moon hardly has anything to do with it. Clearly, the void orphan is what causes the sea to move. We know that, right? Like,
Does anybody have any ways to get across water? Otherwise, I say we just start walking towards E.
Besides
It's
the
there.
sea giant. Maybe the sea giant should go first. He would have
Can we
the.
ride his shoulders? Is he strong enough, like, to just keep us out of the water?
I'm going to E.
All right.
I agree.
You guys all start.
All the goblins stack up on each other to keep at least one of them dry because they picked the weakest looking goblin to be on the bottom.
I don't know if I'm still amphibious. If I'm stoned, do I sink or swim?
I think you would sink.
Hmm.
I'm going to try to cast the level of, what's it called? Force manipulation that could potentially help us here.
Okay. Trying to get a little floating disc.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. So I got a 16. It's page 143.
That'll get you in.
Or wait, no, that's not 143. I got the wrong one. That's
You can get it. Yeah, it's 14 to 17 for the disc.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I'll Rita will go ahead and create a disc, and I don't know why I'm not able to find it. But how large is it? Since you've already got to pulled up stuff, and I'm sorry.
There in the chat. 3 foot diameter.
Okay, so that's probably only gonna. Well, I mean, probably 2 of us could sit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody can hold somebody on it as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, carry up to 100 pounds per caster. Oh, okay. I'm 5th level, so 500 pounds. So yeah.
Yeah, that's plenty.
I mean, you got the sea giant is heading over. Rita has to walk. Rita's not allowed to get on it. It's gonna float behind her.
I would say we all hang on to it like a raft.
Yeah,
So we don't.
probably Ian's character and the goblins can get on it because Dave is now stony and quite heavy.
Rita isn't even going to ask. She's going to crawl on top of Sam.
So
the most sinkable thing? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You guys start walking. The waters are ice cold, chilling your bones for those of you who are walking, or chilling your stones. And actually, for the other person, your bones are probably already about ice cold because you're an undead sea giant, Eddie. So you may
Am I
not
the only
mind.
warm-blooded animal? Witches, surely.
Yeah, I'm warm-blooded too.
Yeah.
Though I'm a demon, so I mean,
It's hot-blooded.
Yeah.
Infernal blooded. You guys get over near to the castle towers over there. They are looking pristine, immaculate. And out from like the open front gate, a drunken stone giant kind of stumbles out and is like, "Come in, tell us how you came to this land. We do not see any strong people, even of your sort, whatever your sort
How's he
is.
dressed?
It's only
How's
the
he dressed?
dead
Is
who
he
come
like
here.
A butler or just a guy?
He is he's made of stone. There's no clothing about him, all stone.
He just rocks out, huh?
Yeah. He is a
what
Galaxy
language
Quest
is he
rock
speaking?
monster. Giant. So
Okay.
I speak giant.
yeah.
Dang.
He said he wants us to hang.
Yeah, let's go. I'm up. Is he armed, by the
Yeah.
way? Was he does he have a
No, but I
bottle,
mean,
or is he-
yeah, he's not armed, but they can pack a punch without any kind of weapon.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are welcomed into the castle. It appears to be like well stocked at first, and they, he's like explaining like this. We came here, lost on the passage in between from the plane of Earth and into another. This place was here. There's nothing else that seems to be as welcoming as this, and it appears to be like pretty nice here. And they take you into like a little banquet hall, and there's like food set out, and he's like, basically like, we don't eat food. If you want food, it had stores here, in the larder.
Yeah, no, goblins are all in. They're just eating it. They will take free food as needed.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, right. Mammal
Looking
food,
at-
preferably.
yeah, exactly. So they bring us into this hall, right? And how many of them are in here? Like, what are we looking at this point? Because we've got,
there seems to be 5 of them here.
Okay.
Small little group. And Frank has just joined. Hey, Frank.
Hey, sorry.
No, all good.
Late.
The majority of folks were a little bit late. It's all good. So, quick catch up. At the end of the stuff with the dwarves and the stone giants, y'all found a way into the chaos realm where the nameless god who's kind of been, manipulating and masterminding everything is, and have traveled there to where the nameless god is at his strongest, but also most vulnerable. And John had to do a spell check to cast basically planar step on this magic orb and rolled a 1. So
And
everyone
he biffed it.
Yeah, rolled a 1. Great way to start. So you took so you are gonna lose, scattered somewhere in this plane is one, whatever comes first to mind for an important item of value to your character. It is lost somewhere else. And you might find it, maybe not though. But you can think on it for a moment. You also take 3 points of damage from a rough, planar turbulence coming here. And in continuing to throw you right in, he made everyone get a little bit of corruption. So if you roll a d8, you can get planar step corruption.
I say Rita likes corruption. She just wanted to share.
Really, it was in character that you biffed it.
So the D8 is how much corruption we get?
No, it's just the roll a d8. And tell me there's
Okay,
a
a
roll
4.
4. Yeah, the roll 1d8 is for just the planar step. Okay, so that puts us back to the major table. Roll me a d10, and if you have a vile modifier, apply it.
Okay. To subtract from it or add to it?
Just normal. If it's a +1, give it a +1 on that d10.
Okay, so it's an 11.
11. Okay. The character's tongue forks and their nostrils narrow to slits. You are able to smell with your tongue like a snake.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. So, in arriving here, you guys were on like one aisle. If you scroll up a little bit in the chat, there's a little map I drew. You were on 1A, which was kind of this weird place. Right below it, or not right below it, above it, somewhere around it. Yeah. At some point, above a picture of a flower, that's the descriptive text for the island. But you guys were like, let's go to 1E. We see a castle over there. You're in the castle. There's some stone giants here that seem to have accidentally wound their way up here. And they were like, we have this human food that we don't eat. And you guys they're hanging out with 5 stone giants right now. And you're level 5. So if you haven't leveled up, do that too. No, but that's a real quick catch up.
Thanks for that. I'm good.
All right. You guys are eating food. What were some questions y'all had for the stone giants here?
How many are there? Who's got weapons? How, etc. Just atmosphere stuff.
5
Anything
of them.
gold?
You don't see weapons. You know, the stuff in here, you know, at first glance, it seemed really nice, but you're looking around like clearly like tarnished from age, and you see some cracks in the stonework here, actually, and the stones are leaking this like cyan colored liquid that seems to be kind of like, you know, when it drips from a spot in the corner on the ceiling, it like seeps into the floor, and you can see where it's like slowly eroding the castle. And make a luck check, Calvin, or vile check, you know, equal or under.
3, so I'm under 9.
Okay. You notice that actually looks like most of the, like 3 out of the 5 stone giants that are here, they also are like cracked in some part, and they've got, and you know, you guys have fought some stone giants, but you didn't see them ever bleed. They're also kind of leaking that cyan colored sap or blood or liquid.
Cool.
Well, Rita will ask one of them. Then she'll like point at one of the wounds, and I see you bleed. I thought you did not have the need.
We go, well, we have been this land. We didn't when we came, but this land is changing us. It is. The islands, they don't always remain the same either. They change as well. It is a creeping corruption of the body and soul here. You've seen the waves, the faces in the waves. I've known some of them in life. They are souls, not water. They're the souls that the god of this realm drinks and sustains itself with.
Question. Sorry, as a side. One of the things I forgot about from the last time I was in this party, or last time I played, is I turned I put a goblin and a ghost into a jar. And
You
I
left
just kept
that.
it.
You left that with the the 7 dwarven ghosts to annoy them for all the time.
Oh, right, to annoy them. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, that's why I put that urn. Cool.
Possibly the
last-
most evil thing we've done so far.
I gotta put that in parentheses. that I
Is,
put that behind.
Any of that stuff that they're seeping, is there any like on the ground or on the floor residue anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Okay.
some in the, you know, kind of like, looks like they've moved a barrel in the way to kind of obscure it a little bit, but you look over there and there's just like a hole in the floor.
I'd like a jar of it.
Make a you've got a little poison ability. You're a potent poisoner. Why don't you roll a d20 and, you know, jar up some poison? Let's see. You
That is
get
a,
a +2 plus agility mod if you got one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's a 15 then.
Okay.
Any lot? I'm gonna try not to taste it.
That's such an odd way to phrase that, Calvin. I'll try not to taste it while I put it in a
Trying
jar.
not to take-
It's not like Popeye's chicken.
These things need specifics.
Okay.
I mean, you have
If
an
there's-
entire
if
other
there-
table there of goblin ticks that they pick up. This one
It's
wants to
only
lick
a-
things.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
like
only
a-
a +2 to it's only a +2 to point and poisoner. So you only
Okay.
had no one rule: try not to taste it.
It's
All
like
right.
a dog or a baby.
But take that out of your mouth. Yeah.
Cyan rock, goo, blood. I don't know.
Cyan rock goo.
I don't know. One of the stone giants comes up to you and as you're doing that, leans over and goes, "Pour it over me. Pour it over me. Release me from this."
Oh,
Do it.
he's trying to be secretive. He's whispering it though.
Do it for science.
Well, that goblin can't resist because he's a scientist.
Or,
He
okay.
tries.
Yeah, you pour it over him, and he just like over his face, and he immediately starts melting. You know, it's like he just starts melting. Essentially, it like goes into his face, and it like comes out through him, just melting him from the core, and and he continues melting the floor here, ruining the floor. The part of the floor starts buckling in this room, and stones start falling down through the floor, and you can see below you. Stones are now falling into what looks like a dock area, and there's a small kind of moored trireme ship down there.
The other goblins start like cheering and like spectacular
So-
luck, and they're like ready to go.
So how did the goblin touch it without being affected the same way?
just careful, like jar, kind of scooping it up in a jar.
Ooh, you should keep a couple jars, like
I
acid
am keeping a jar if I can.
acid cocktails. Yeah.
Oh,
And
So-
the other stone giants one is like, seems to have like given up, like dives into it and also starts melting. A couple more run out of the room. They seem to be all for themselves at this point.
Oh, geez.
I choose to believe the hand puppets are made of, I don't know, Teflon or something that's chemical safe, nitrile. No reason, no how or why. But I'm gonna get another jar of this if I can. by the way.
The floor is like the structural integrity of this castle seems to suddenly be at risk.
Uh-oh.
So
Is that trireme in the water below us?
it is like a full floor below you. You've just like caused a hole in the floor.
So, like, how
Is
far of
everyone
a
else
drop
ready?
is this down here?
Potent stuff.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
20 feet.
Okay.
There's probably some
Survive.
way to get down that's not just straight jumping if you want to do that.
Yeah, looking around in this room, is there any, like, entrance or in the side of the area to go down?
Make a vial check.
Hubert down.
Yes, got it.
The
6 on
goblins
an
are
8.
prepared to rappel down.
You find like a
Hit
side
the
corridor that
front
has like a spiral staircase that leads down there, and can shout to everyone else if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Your god, have found you a way down.
What do you look like now?
So I'm like I'm a spike demon now. So like I used to be that, like
The hair
beautiful
flinging
man
sex goddess? Yeah.
incubus. But like my shoulders
Yeah.
are really broad now, and like I've got like a very like heavy brow line and a big fat jaw that goes with it, and like a great big bushel of spikes that come up off my back.
And
It's like the Road
corrupted it is
Warriors.
getting a claw hand, crab claw hand.
Yes,
now.
and I've got a claw hand, exactly.
Legion of Doom. Shoulder spikes. So do we have to be careful not to let anything drip on us as we go down?
Yeah. So as everyone is kind of rushing down to get to the boat, I would like a DC 15 reflex save from everyone.
Ooh, that's high.
Okay.
I bet you told us the number.
Well, you guys can't affect it, so. Well, Dave, you can. But
Yeah, that's actually not a bad point, Stefan. Yeah, so it's not as big of a reveal. DC 15. This is going to suck. Yep, I definitely failed.
How can I affect it?
I rolled.
Oh, yeah, I actually got a higher bonus than I thought, but I still failed.
I definitely failed with a 1.
all right. Yeah.
I also failed at a 13.
All right. Well,
Actually, yeah.
those of you who fail take 2 points of damage as like some of the cyan acid drips on you, and it also destroys 1 piece of mundane gear. Though apparently some of you have nothing on you. Perhaps your spine devil cod piece is, you know,
Oh no,
you know,
my cod piece.
like the skull, part of the skull is like melted off. You know, you still have your cod piece. I don't want to take that away from you fully, but you know, the skull doesn't look so cool anymore.
That is disappointing.
Yeah, it's a one-eyed skull in your codpiece.
Now, so my rat meat I stole from one of the goblins' corpses is now gone.
7.
All right. You guys get on the ship and start sailing out. As you do that, you can see that the giant bird that was perched up, it must have gone out while you guys were in the castle. It come because you see it just landing again on top of the ziggurat, and it starts vomiting up something onto the top of the ziggurat, like a not in like a kind of contained way, like let me feed my babies in a nest. It's kind of like spreading it around the top.
Spreading it around the top of the ziggurat?
Yeah.
When you say it's a bird, is it like a
I did,
normal bird?
no, this is like a large house-sized bird.
So like a rock.
Like a
yeah, something
vulture?
like that. Like a gigantic rock vulture. You guys set out to sea, you know, and soon after setting out, you guys, you know, Eddie's character might be a little more worried than most, as a sea giant corpse starts to kind of float past you guys, and it's covered in crabs and barnacles that are, you know, feasting upon its rotten flesh.
I hold my one crab claw hand that's sort of that way up to all the crabs, and then I click my fingers together.
One particular crab turns to face you and then eats upon the flesh.
So that's your salute.
Yeah, I guess so. That seems reasonable.
I just look at the sea and wave.
Can I fish it out? I've got nets.
If you want to try, you sure can try.
Where are
How
we
fresh
going
does
to,
it look?
by
I
the
mean,
way?
It's rotting flesh.
Ziggurat?
It's
Go to
bloated.
the ziggurat. We going straight to the ziggurat? We don't want to explore first.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe there's something we
Look
need
around
to
a little
Oh,
bit.
actually, when we were at the castle island, we can look down to the next island. What the next one down? What was that looking like?
Very true. That would be 1D. That one, there's it just has like all these like rocks, kind of like plinth, not plinth, but just kind of like looks like 10 to 15 foot tall rocks, mostly like, you know, like a just straight monolith style rock. Very white sands there, but each of the rocks have like 2 holes in them. One like near up top, and that, like, you know, just circular hole there, about one up top and one in the center. And you kind of like those holes must be like causing like a weird whistling. And the sea winds must be blowing through them, because you can kind of hear that kind of a just very creepy thing caused by that coming up over the waves.
I kind of like to see if we could find our missing special items before going to the final island there, the big one.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Second Sight to see if I decide to go to the main island first, how that would...
And,
how that
and the question
us.
you're focusing on is, where is my sword? Or
No,
where is our
I don't
stuff?
think I could be that specific. I think it'd be like, what would happen if I do this?
No,
Possible
it can-
outcomes.
Well, I mean, no, that would count as a possible outcome. Like, if I go here, will I find my sword?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if I go to the main one first, will I find my weapon? So I guess I got to cast it and see how.
Yeah, D10 plus 10.
Oh, that's wrong die. Not bad, not bad. 19. Do I add my
Just
Intelligence to
D10
it?
plus 10.
Okay. I have a hint of possible outcomes. I can focus on a choice that must be made in the next 30 minutes, like deciding what direction to turn or whether or not to enter a room. I'll get a scent if the action will be to my benefit or harm. 80% chance it's accurate.
Okay.
So we'll go into the ziggurat first, be fortune or harm. I guess you would secretly roll to see if it's accurate or not.
I have secretly rolled to see.
Okay.
You are the void orphan fills you with the utmost sense of dread about heading to the ziggurat.
All right. So maybe we want to go to the what orphan? The sea orphan?
The Void Orphan. You know, your
Void
god that you're
Orphan.
like not too big about. You know, but
Yeah.
hey, you know, it's a living.
Only
I talk about it way too much.
the ziggurat portends doom. Let's see if we can maybe find some our lost items first. I'd feel better. Do you want to go to the Whistle Island, Stone Whistle Island, or the Forest Island, y'all?
Which one's closest to us?
Probably now it would be the Whistle Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Whichever's closest.
If we're going counterclockwise now.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can try to sail over there.
Does that whistling sound give off any kind of particular tune, or does it just seem like
just like
natural wind?
The natural wind whistle.
Okay.
As you go, as you are on your way, you guys pass by or start getting like kind of close to a whirlpool. Like it's not that big of a whirlpool, but a small whirlpool. And Rita sees her sisters, her fellow hags from the coven of her youth, drowning and being like, Rita, save us! Save us!
You have chosen your doom. I have nothing to prove. And she turns away.
You will never find what you seek. I want Rita to make a willpower save.
Drowning hags, they make you reek.
See, 13 on the die plus 5, so 18.
Okay, you for a moment you like felt almost like doomed by this condemnation. But you remember what they were like, so they did that to everyone.
Not really that great. They were a little annoying.
Yeah. You left for a reason. You guys find your way to the other island here, and there's this, like I said, strangely shaped rocks that isle pure white sands. They're all very immense. 2 holes, one in the center, one up top. And windstorms cause whistling to go through them, and you get here, the wind is blowing towards that distant ziggurat, and it kind of causes at least one of you to like turn your head and look, and you can see at the base of the ziggurat, there's like this opening in the base, and you didn't recognize it at first, but you're pretty sure if you had looked at it from either of the other 2 islands you've been on so far, you saw the same image of the ziggurat. It is like the ziggurat always faces you from the same perspective.
Like a painting?
Yeah. But yeah, you guys are here on the isle, and beach your
so
ship.
How tall are these pillars?
10 to 15 feet, varying. They seem to be made of a single, piece of stone, each one.
So our sea giant could probably just look right at the top of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could. You see through them. The goblins down below, kind of maybe. I'll say Eddie and Calvin, since you guys are the tallest and the shortest, each of you make me a vile check to see what you notice up high and down low. All right. Well, Eddie, you notice up high there's a broad-hulled longship stuck off the ground, held aloft by these megaliths here.
Ships to the party.
So how? So what are the diameter of these things? These monoliths?
About as wide as that giant you guys have. Calvin, what was your check? Your ship kind of like stuck up there.
How can I know that? Is there any kind of would we know like what race or culture this ship is? The design of this ship would be.
Make an intelligence check. Maybe Sam knows. He's been across many lands.
13.
You're not sure. It's just a very like a common make that like a a any kind of fisherman could put together. It doesn't seem too specific.
Like we would see like a human village, like a human would have, or
Yeah.
I guess that's what I was getting. Looked like something one of the old races would have, or one of the chaos races would make. Well, usually ships have booty. Just ask One-Eyed Willie.
Booty.
Rita likes booty. I had a sword that liked booty. I don't have it anymore.
We'll find your sword. Maybe.
All right. Can that?
What about the booty?
I think that comes with it.
I want to scale up that column and check out the boat.
Yeah, you check it out. Make a luck check. Maybe something is in there.
I do pass that.
Let's see.
7 under 12.
Not hearing anything, Calvin. If you're speaking again, you may if you reset your voice settings in Discord, you can do it. Or that usually solves things for me. Oh, heard that.
Back? Good? Hearing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yep.
Here you go.
Gotcha now.
No, there must be some driver issue. I just unplugged my headphones.
Oh, okay. Did you pass that check earlier, by the way?
I did. Oh, him?
Yeah.
I'll check?
Yeah, a luck check. So looking for equal or under your vial. Actually.
No.
No.
Way over.
Okay. You stumble on top of a sea giant corpse that is like half under the sands, covered in what must be some very poisonous barnacles. Because I need you to make a fortitude save.
How many fortitude saves?
Just for one goblin.
Okay. 12.
12. You feel like this lethargenic poison going through you, and that goblin is at -1 on the die chain until perhaps he is healed of disease.
What does -1 on the die chain mean?
You're on a D16 for that goblin.
When you attack, you don't roll 220 anymore.
The rest of your goblins will be on 12
Yeah,
plus D16.
Or actions or saving throws.
Okay. So if he if he touches this is another don't eat the poison thing. If he touches more poison barnacles, will he get more poisoned if I want some?
Sounds like you're doing some
What?
science. Roll me another fortitude save.
That goblin might be knackered, so I'm not gonna worry too much about him. Here's a D16, this one you gave me, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Could name that goblin Wuhan.
Hey,
You know, if you
16.
kill off a
All
bunch
right.
of goblins, it'll be okay. Like,
Yeah, it really will.
Do science.
I'll use them. It's all right.
Yeah.
He literally grabbed it, started feeling sick, and said, "Ow, what bit me?" and then did it again.
Yeah, he grabs it and feels it, and he's like, "Oh, that's definitely poisonous," and puts it down or in something.
Yeah, that's all I want. What did poison me? Barnacle itself?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
The barnacle. Up top in the ship, you find Chrysoclear in there somehow lodged in there.
Wow.
I
Oh,
have
nice.
the power.
But the rest of you guys feel like this, like the winds here from the sands. The sands are like, there are these white sands, but they're also like very salty, and the pillars are covered in salt as well. You can see they're part stone but part salt formation. I want everyone this time, and that means each of the goblins to make me a fortitude save.
Ooh.
And basically DC 15 again. On a failure, salt crystals are painfully forming inside your skin pores, and you will soon start suffering from hypernatremia, salt poisoning.
Oh, great. Well, Rita definitely failed with the 3.
Also known as
Yeah,
high
one
blood
fail.
pressure.
Yeah.
I got one fail. So what does it mean in practical terms? Like,
In practical terms, this is also a -1 on the die chain for the moment.
God damn it, that's a different goblin. Different goblin failed that time. That's really unfortunate.
All right. Well, you guys, I don't know. You got 2 boats. What do you want to do? You have a sea giant pull that down pretty easy.
Let's race.
So this sea giant corpse that's here.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah.
The one that already grabs?
Animate under.
Oh,
yeah,
is-
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you know what you want to do, man.
I mean, like, is it? Can I tell what condition it's in? Like, is it a whole
You know,
corpse as
it
far as I
looks
can
like
tell?
whole corpse, preserved by salt. In fact, so
Oh.
decent shape.
Interesting. So I'm over there and I got my great big long arms now, and I'm walking around. And you'll see me like doing like a weird little dance around this corpse. And as y'all are looking back and forth, I stop each of you and I say, "Give me some of your life. Let me resurrect this."
Oh, that's a really good plan.
I'm
I'll
dancing
do
while
what
I'm
you
doing this.
I'll do what you say. I'll give you you wanting like file? Is
HP.
that what you're wanting? HP.
HP,
okay,
yeah.
All right, I'll give you.
How much?
I won't cut myself and bleed. How much do you take from me?
I mean,
That's
so
up to
I
each
leave it up to
each
you.
hit point is a point on my roll. So I mean, like,
But he's
That's-
gonna
that-
follow you because you're his. He follows you, so he's gonna
Right.
let you decide how much you take from him.
nice. Okay. So Stefan,
Mm-hmm.
question here then: is there some way that I can tell kind of what the hit dice for this giant would be? Is there something that I can think about or like analyze with it
I
to
would-
try to figure out?
You're gonna want at least an 18, I would say.
I will give
Okay.
you 4 because
Yeah?
I don't think these goblins are surviving 2 hits with. It doesn't matter. So I could give up 4. I can give up 4 HP pretty easily.
All right.
That's plus 5 then, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. Like even just that alone is really good. Because I get plus 5 to my casts anyway. Anybody
This-
else is
Yeah, I mean,
Donating
I was
for
gonna
this?
bleed for you as much as you like. As
Yeah.
much
What
as
are
you
you,
want
what are
to
you trying to do, Ian?
I'm trying to
Well-
resurrect this giant that's here, or turn it into a zombie and
Oh,
bring it with us.
Hey, can he answer questions
yeah.
and stuff? Is he like? Does he? Is he?
And he's like infested with poison barnacles, right? The body.
Yeah, Rita might regret this, but she'll give you 2 more.
Okay, so that's like let's see, Doug, right? She'd give me 5 hit points, so that's 12 at this
Jeez,
point,
holy
right?
cow.
So
Yeah,
I think
good
we
to be
should be
more.
okay there.
Probably good.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna roll a
probably
1.
good.
I take Rita's blood to you and say it's from the both of us.
All right, so you're taking 5. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take 5. So let's see.
I mean, you raise
That's
a
a
good point. Though.
19
If
on
you,
the die.
Nice.
So that's
You're like
that becomes
31.
a 29, 32, or 31. Let's see, 31.
does that make a better zombie?
So the cleric creates a number of more formidable skeletons and zombies equal to 3 times his character level in hit dice. He can choose to animate the mortal remains of larger creatures, okay, with above average hit dice. So that's probably what we needed to actually hit because it talks about giant creatures in here now. Revivify a dead ogre of 4 hit die. He cannot animate a single creature with more hit dice than twice his character level.
Okay. Well, let me take a peek here.
No, the zombies, like
So-
you said, is just gonna be walking around, and the barnacles still do that kind of poison.
Still living barnacles.
That's a pretty serious monster, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get. So here's what it is. There's more than that one dead one here. You're gonna get 3 sea giants, sea giant zombies is what you're gonna get. And I'm like, are they? I guess they're. Yeah. Well, are we using? I haven't seen this spell used before because most of the time cleric spells are used by people who don't animate dead and stuff like that.
Tasteful.
And they're gonna be like immune to will effects and cold damage and crits and stuff like that because most a zombie wouldn't. Zombie you can still hit the brain, but anyway, if it comes up, we'll figure it out. But there you get 3 sea giant zombies.
There we go.
So there you go.
There we go.
Definitely full boats. Glad you got 2 of them now.
All right.
The salt and the salt is continuing to hurt, and you guys probably feel more and more like you should probably leave soon.
Mm.
So seems to have been a good trade for the most part.
So long as they don't die, these guys hang around for a year.
Are they zombies though? They're not like talkative. They're not like animated, are they?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
there's
just
any.
zombie
dumb,
types,
dumb
okay.
zombies.
Cool.
If you
They have
guys had
weapons?
just given him a little bit more, he could have hit that 36 and made intelligent, like undead. You know, like a lich. Could have made some
Yes,
sea
next
giant
time.
liches or something.
Short changed him.
Pretty short. Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm okay. I felt like we gave them enough anyway.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think
Um,
plenty.
Cool. Are they armed or are they just? Well,
The
once again, sea giants. They're
sea
tough by
giant. Yeah, and
themselves.
I'll edit that stat block. They wouldn't have the battle axe and stuff. So they're not armed, but we'll say they do a D6 plus 4 on punches. You guys could probably figure something out sooner or later.
So we can see that last island now, right?
Yes, you can see the last island. Scroll back to the little description. You see a group of Cyclops, you don't see that they're Cyclops from here. Oopsie. A group of figures and kind of like dancing a little bit around something in like a circle. Seems very strange.
Mm.
Not like a super. It seems like very ritualistic, not too fast motion, but definitely like kind of a ritualistic dance motions. They're not like moving and circling and whatnot. They're mostly staying still and just doing their movements.
How many?
I mean, you're too
If
far
we could
away
tell
to
from
see. You know, upwards of 10.
Oh, jeez.
Big group.
Mm-hmm. I'll say for
Mm.
finishing at this game at about the right time tonight. The islands are just options. You could have appeared on any
Yeah,
one
go
of
for the
these.
ziggurat. I'm okay without messing with the Cyclops.
You
You
can
guys
go.
want to go?
If you guys all can go along, which knowing us, we probably can't all go along. I gotta wake up at some point tomorrow. But you should go make progress to if you want to keep yourselves on a time.
You want to go to the ziggurat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying, Stefan? The ziggurat?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll head to the ziggurat then.
And,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
going on.
good.
That's going on my
We have a
playtest notes. DM railroaded us.
Yeah, I
all
think
right.
we should just-
Hey, you guys can go there, but then it's not going to be like one session anymore if we're exhaustively exploring things.
Yeah. Now let's go to the ziggurat because I'm very jet lagged. I'm super sleepy.
All right, Mister. Let's go find things. All right.
Well, I got what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, right? It's a good item to have. Yeah, totally.
You guys
Hey,
start.
That's the sword that turns you into gold, right?
It's a sort of that likes gold, but it's got some good stats.
It can if it bleeds.
Oh yeah,
it can turn
when
it
you
into
kill things, when you kill things, it like they turn into coins, like in Scott Pilgrim.
Did we last time also make the coins turn back into a goblin?
Yes.
If you put them all in one place?
Mm-hmm.
If I did that, would I still be at a D16? I mean, I am a scientist. But I'm thinking about trying it. He's a 2 HP goblin that's rolling on a D16.
You want me to kill you?
You don't
with
just. You have to also pass a vile check to turn back into being alive again.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's
That
not
was
just
worth it.
free.
Yeah.
So as we get closer to the ziggurat, is my
Yeah.
sword sensing gold?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it has that long of a range. I think it's like 20 feet or something.
It's 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay, well, I mean, you have to get pretty close still.
All right.
Well, while you're on the sea, no. You do.
Okay.
Yeah. While you guys are heading over, the bird up there sure looks like it's staring at you. By the way, it's not making you feel good.
Give us the bird.
You have a little while to think about what to do as you kind of cross the ocean.
Is there any gear and or weapons, harpoons, etc. on these boats?
No.
Let's see here. Got some nets, got some arrows.
And we'll say for your sake, Calvin, a goblin appears.
Oh, nice.
We find him like floating on a barrel in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
Castaway style? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's his one item. He has a beach volleyball with a face painted on it.
He's wearing a red shirt and a white
Yeah.
bucket hat.
Well, yeah. Combining fairly two different moods for castaways, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you got all right.
Excellent.
Doesn't sound like any actions.
So-
You guys, oh
No,
wait,
no, I got
Mhm.
one, Stefan. So just something to try, right? And like if
Mhm.
we've got our boats fairly close, I'm gonna try casting a bubble of darkness over ourselves that I'm gonna hold for a while to keep we have a direction we can go, and we'll do it in darkness. But maybe that'll keep us out of the eye of this bird.
Okay. And as you guys sail, the ziggurat still it continues to face you, and you see that opening at the bottom where like you can literally sail your boats into. The opening is at water level. So I guess cast darkness. Let's see how this goes.
All right. Okay, that's pretty good. I got a dirty 20 because I got a 15 on the die.
Okay.
And designate a point within 100 feet and create a 20-foot radius sphere of darkness centered at that point. It remains for one turn. By concentrating on future rounds, I can move the sphere of darkness up to 40 feet per round beyond the original. So for 10 minutes, I could basically. I mean, are we going faster than 40
No.
feet around?
You could like time it in a way so that you're gonna be there in 10 minutes and you guys get there, and I think yeah, I'm gonna just make a
kind of drag it along with us basically, and
Yeah.
and hopefully we navigate straight.
Let me see. I think you're let's see. Yes, make like a vile check just for navigating straight, but it seems like it's working.
I did not pass the vial check.
Okay.
I got a 17 on an 8.
Okay, so you didn't quite like you start bumping up against the sides, and it causes you guys to take a little bit longer than you ideally wanted to. When you guys when the darkness dispels, you guys are almost at the mouth of this opening into the ziggurat, but you see like the bird, which I will now describe in more full, is like a giant cyclopean raptor bird that is like looks like it is like a dead bird, like how a dead bird left on the side of the road starts drying up and getting thinner and thinner. It is like a gigantic version of that. You guys can looks like you guys could make a run for it, but let's roll for initiative to see how well that's going to work out for everyone.
2. 3, I mean with agility. 3.
Okay.
19.
Let's see. Dave, a 7. Okay. So we had some good rolls there. I got a dirty 20.
Uh-oh.
So, let's see. Looking. I think I will, for the sake of, let's see. Yeah, the bird is going to come down and use. The bird comes down and crits. Calvin, how many goblins are you right now? 5?
5 of them.
5? Okay, so we have effectively 10 people here who might get hit. All right, Calvin, you are 6 through 10, so it is Eddie, our undead sea giant. Oh, okay, yeah, gets crit. Yeah, I rolled a 24 on my D24. So let me see. I get a roll. Oh man, this is like this thing's basically a dragon, except with a little bit of demon mixed in there as well. And I just rolled a D20 on the demon crit table. Got a 13, which would make you lose experience points. We're going to say it's a 12. You lose a point of luck, or vile in this case, Eddie, and also take 11 points of damage. Or I'm sorry, not 11 points. You take mathing 15 points of damage. And then for its second attack, and that's with it like coming down, like just like raking you with its talons on one attack. Frank, you are person number 2 who gets attacked, which I'm pretty sure a 23 hits your armor class.
Yep, he needs a 17. The bird needs a 17.
All right, you take 11 points of damage. And it's now on you guys. Frank, you're up next. The bird cannot fit through the opening if you guys all want to just do that, or you can stay out here and fight.
Yeah, we're gonna fight now. It's on.
Okay, have at
Plus,
it.
he
Frank.
did enough damage that I get a rage die. And so just so I understand, like when it says I have 2 action dice, that means I get to attack twice.
Yeah, D20 2 times,
And D14.
or D20. Yeah,
Plus
D20 and D14.
All right, so the D20 is a 15 without the rage die. And the rage die adds another 4 to it. So is a 19 going to hit?
Yes.
And that's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second attack, we're swinging this longsword 2-handed at him. Because I get my luck modifier when I do that. That's a 2-handed sword, sorry. That's a 13. Plus the rage die. 4, so 17. Does a 17 hit him?
Yes.
Okay. And a 3 on the second hit.
Okay. 11 damage.
2-handed sword. Just hacking away at him.
Gotcha. Yeah, hitting those feet. John, what do you want to do? Unmute.
Let me take myself off mute first. So Rita walks over. Well, she's right there. It's like right next to us. She walks next to Doug. Is it Doug or Doog?
Doug.
Doug walks over to Doug and then actually, like, with her black, bloody lips, reaches over and kisses the creature, and this puff of smoke comes out as she casts Hag's Kiss. Let's see what happens. Nice, 25.
Do I make a save?
That's going to be something good. Yeah, will saving throw.
I only got an 18.
That'll potentially poison it. Or not 25, sorry. Actually, it's higher than that.
I got an 18.
So 27. So, okay, so it fails, and 27 is charmed. Ha The target comes to believe the hag is instead one of their trusted friends, loved ones. They will do any reasonable, not approach self-harm action for the witch, and the delusion it is for their friend. The charm is broken at dawn.
Okay. All right. Well, that changes things pretty drastically. I guess you're making it not attack.
Yeah. So Rita
moment.
cackles in glee as this mist surrounds this giant undead bird, and push up there, and beware.
And it goes to its perch atop the ziggurat.
God, this rhyming thing's hard. Watchful foes, wherever they go. Fuck, that doesn't work.
It works.
Something of that nature.
It works.
And she looks at Doog and gives him that bloody smile with her rotting flesh on her face.
All right. Well.
Oh, wait, shit. Oh, my God. Let me look at the die roll. Guess what I rolled on the die?
Oh, is it for like one round?
I rolled a 13.
Oh,
Oh no!
so
So Rita,
you charm it.
forget all of that.
Yeah, so it's charmed for some period of time.
So it
but
still triggers, but I just disappear as it triggers.
you disappear. Roll a d4. You're going to return in that many rounds, and then you can tell it that.
Oh God. Okay, thank you. Only one round.
All right.
Okay. Oh man, sorry
Okay.
guys, I forgot about that. So I was like, oh crap, that was a 13 on the die.
Eddie, what do you do in that case?
So can we tell it's charmed? It's being friendly?
I mean, it
Okay,
the
yeah,
mist,
but it says to me specifically, so
it's not being friendly to you yet. You saw that, like, I don't know, weird love mist circle around it. You think it might have worked, but no one's there to confirm. So
Well, then I have to hit it upside the head. Will a 22 be enough?
I suppose.
All right. Very good. For 5 incredible points of damage.
All right.
Is this bird currently in the air or trying to land on the boat to attack us?
It's like
or-
flying right above you guys, like slashing with its talons.
Ah.
All right. How much damage, Eddie?
5.
5. Okay, I thought you said that, but I didn't. All right, Ian.
So at this point now, I mean, from our vantage point, Rita has just booped off of a boat, and we're trying to make passage in here, and this thing has actually followed his orders, right?
No, it has not followed his orders because he wasn't able to give any orders.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So still attacking us.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Well, you know what? I've got things for that. Hellfrost. I mean, this thing's got a huge dice pool, right? Hellfrost is excellent for this. So as it's coming close, I reach up and all my spines like get all frosty with the spell's magic as it starts to happen. And 15, 20. The caster sends forth a cone of frost expanding 5 feet wide and 10 feet away. All creatures caught within the cone take 1d10 plus character level damage.
Okay.
They gotta make his DC 11 or DC 16 fort save or suffer minus 1d
I
on
failed.
actions. Awesome. And then d10 damage. Not much damage, just 7 points.
Okay.
Gonna roll a 2.
Okay, then Dave.
So like as it comes over, I'm like and like spray up at it as it's above my boat or whatnot. And then all of my giant zombies like rah and attack at this thing as well, right? I assume we're probably all on one boat and everybody else is on the other one.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot of weight on that boat. Yeah, I guess roll me 3d24s.
3d24s.
Each is a +5.
D24 with a +5?
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn.
If it touches him, think he'll go
That's
down one on the dice chain?
That is a 24 right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 7. And that is a 21.
All right. Well, 2 hits, so 2d6 plus 8 will be the damage.
All right. 2d6 plus 8. And 15 points of damage.
Oh my gosh! All
And
right.
that's for each one of them?
No,
Or is
no,
that
that was
together?
all together.
Excellent.
All right, Dave.
So when it swoops within 30 feet of me, I'm going to cast Turn to Stone.
All right.
I'm going for the lowest level, because it is kind of spendy, but I'll spend the 4 points to the lowest level. Turns the target's body partially mineral, making it heavy, causing it to sprout rock-like protrusions from the flesh. If the target fails to save, -4 to all attack rolls, reflexes, initiative, and any skill checks involving invulnerability or mobility. So it's got a fortitude save. I don't know what the
We just put it at the
roll.
minimum success, so it's 16.
16. Okay.
Unfortunately,
And that-
I readily make it with my.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to spend too much on it, but it was worth a try to turn that thing into its wings into stone.
Oh, very true. All right.
That ain't heavy. That's my vulture.
All right, then Calvin, bunch of goblins.
Does this boat have an anchor? A rope?
No.
All right. Then
I have 100 feet of wire if you want to science it.
I don't want to, but what I want to do instead, because it only has one eye, is I would like one goblin to try and, well, I don't know if you want to do this, how quickly I can do this. I'd like at least one goblin to try and stick a satchel of sneezing powder onto the end of an arrow, and the other goblin try shooting the arrow into the single eye.
Let's
Do that in
try
one
it.
turn with 5 goblins.
Let's try it.
One of the goblins that doesn't have a minus.
Sure.
That is a 16.
That is exactly its AC.
Hey.
All right.
So how many other actions do I have? Or did that take 5 goblins?
We'll
to
say
attack
that takes definitely 2 of the 5. So
All right.
3
the
more
other
arrow
3
shots.
The other 3, because they weren't sure that was going to work. Light Molotov cocktails.
All right.
I had those from a previous campaign.
So
If I
the
can throw them
vials
on the same turn.
are the regular cocktails or the jars of the acid stuff that you collected?
It's a corpse, right? It's not made of stone.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it's all dried out because it's a big dead dry bird. I was hoping.
Well, we're in a very moist atmosphere here. I don't know.
It's like Mama's turkey on Thanksgiving Day.
I was thinking roadkill,
Yeah, I mean, no, that's how I describe it. All right. I mean, we'll say that like, how about you throw 2 Molotov cocktails. One goblin is in charge of lighting of the fire, and he can do it. So give me a couple rolls.
Oh shit! I need to be rolling a d16.
On at least one of those.
Okay, 14, 15, and a 7.
All right, yeah, the AC was 16, so those go wide, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
We're back up to the top soon, John. You'll be
Kind of
around.
blinded,
You gotta
is
save the day. It seems blinded, so I'll say everyone. It starts barfing up flaming chunks of meat. I'm gonna say
Fire might not be the right type
it's
of
in like a
Molotov.
wide, long line. So everyone, but it's blinded. It's got this sneezing powder, but it's not sneezing, but it's right in the eye. I'll say everyone make a vial check with a D16 to kind of represent that advantage. And if you make it, you are not gonna need to make a follow-up saving throw about getting caught in its breath weapon.
How many times do you want me to roll?
For each of your guys.
2, 7,
So yeah, everyone, Dave, Frank, Ian, Eddie.
1.
I go 1.
You got okay. So you're good. You're clear.
This is reflex, right?
No, just a luck check on a D16 because it's been blind, just to see if you're like in the blast radius for its breath.
Gotcha.
Weapon.
I am in it.
I also failed once.
Okay. What'd you get, Dave?
Success.
Okay. So we got Ian and a goblin. All right. You guys.
You want to say like my giants are in that too, or should they get a reflex save?
Sure. Yeah, you can. I'll say roll a die 3. That many of them will be in there.
All right. 2.
2. All right. Yeah, 2 get caught in as well. All right. It is. You guys just take 5 points of damage, but also are going to suffer. So that goblin's probably dead.
Yeah, no, he's toast.
Yeah. Ian, you're still up. Roll a D10.
D10. All right. Oh, got a 10. Oh boy.
You get the 10 result on the minor corruption table and pass out.
Oh no.
You will wake up with, if you have any hair, it'll be shock white when you wake up.
All right. How long do I pass out for?
1d6 hours or until awakened by vigorous means. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, that sentence gets a lot better after the first part.
Yeah. My giants are just going to be over there, like, not doing anything because they're not smart enough to know to wake me up. So that boat's just me now.
The pass out and the dead goblin is advantageous because you would have also had to attack a nearby ally on your following turn. So now you don't. Frank, it's you.
All right, so he's spewing out chunks of flame. I'm just going to keep hacking at him with the two-handed sword. And I got a 25 to hit and a 15 to hit.
The 25 will definitely work.
Okay.
So the thing's on the ground now?
And, that'll do 11 points of damage.
All right. John, your Rita reappears, ready to say what she said a moment ago, and sees Doug hacking its head off, killing the creature.
No!
And there we go. So now, what do you guys want to do? You can take your time a little bit at this point. I'll say Rita
So,
reappears.
Doug will pick up the
you guys.
head and go. Head you may if you want to play.
Yeah,
You killed my ball, you fool of all. Oh, and I got to roll to make sure I don't take a little bit of damage when I reappear.
Sure, yeah. Well, it's just a 1 out of 10.
Let's roll a d10, and on a 1, I'll take the damage. Nope, I'm good.
As you guys are now here at the darkness, or not in darkness, not in combat, have a moment to look at the ziggurat. It does not appear to be made of stone. It is more like biological asphalt made out of countless, bodies that have been melded and twisted together. Many large in form, and you think, for the most part, giants of many, all the different types you've become oh so familiar with, and a little bit more.
Well, let's go in.
Cool.
I assume one of y'all is probably gonna wake me up, right?
Oh, shit, that's right. Yeah, Rita will come over and shake you awake violently.
Prevents you from drowning in the shallow waters.
Did that giant bird just fall into the water? Or did it fall into the boat? Is there anything?
It kind of falls here on the shores next to the ziggurat. Probably say crushes one of the boats.
I'm going to cut off a drumstick.
It's a big drumstick.
How big would you say?
He's a big frog.
It's like a 6-foot drumstick.
Ooh, that's pretty big.
Diameter?
Long.
Long. It's like a bam bam.
Yeah.
How about I cut off the drumstick part of the wing?
It doesn't look that tasty.
Oh, okay.
If there is any kind of intact stomach, would this thing like an owl? Would it eat something valuable?
There's just one way to
Check
find
the
out.
stomachs of-
Yeah, cut it open.
There is hopefully it doesn't explode into fire and meat.
All right.
It
It was your suggestion, Calvin. So, the goblins get to it. They are like a little, train of goblins, like all working in tandem with one another, gutting this thing open. Make a vibe check, and if you pass, there's something good in there.
I imagine them laughing maniacally as they do this.
That's good.
Oh, it is good.
That is good.
Right, my luck is 9.
You find your lost item.
Oh, come on, better than dentures.
No, you find your dentures.
You never know.
The one goblin that lost it's very happy about it. The other goblins are like annoyed and.
Remember, those dentures might save the day.
Were any of the contents of its stomach flammable or fun in any other specific way?
They seem to be smoldering chunks of meat, like actively cooking inside of its stomach.
Oh. Well, I get a jar of everything, so a jar of that.
Yeah. All right, you guys start making your way through the tunnel that you have to go through. It is like there's shallow waters. They're pushed along by like kind of rhythmic movements in this dark tunnel. There's a dim light that pierces through the fleshy walls and kaleidoscoping patterns here. You can see, faint light at the end.
Okay.
Is there any noise coming from anywhere? Anything alive or
just your
music
feet
or anything
sloshing through the waters here? There is also, almost like mirror-like, areas on the walls here that are like silvery scabs.
Silvery. Oh, because it's a biological kind of thing, right? I see.
Oh yes, there might be some healing to be called for.
Oh, does anyone need
right.
help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who needs healing?
Rita.
Yes. All right. Pull up my chart real quick. And we are opposite alignment, right? I think.
Yeah, I'm lawful.
Yeah, I look at you and I like kind of like snarl a little bit, and it's like, all right. It's a little distasteful, but I take my hand over and like trace it along some of the wounds that you have. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. 18 plus 5. Yeah, so 3 dice, 3 hit die.
How much would it take for you to remove for him to remove that poisoning I have?
That would be 3. I can.
Yeah, I'd rather you remove that,
poisoning with it.
honestly. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, because that sucks.
I forgot to remind anyone of that. So, but too late. But yeah, if you're at that D16, that needs to get helped.
Okay, so Rita's good. She's no longer got the salt poisoning.
Anybody else have it? But
Well, I have one, but I don't know if I'm gonna get if I'm gonna get another goblin anytime soon. I'm down to 3 goblins. I have
Sure.
one of my goblins has that. Yes.
yeah, let's try to heal him real quick and see. Okay, that's a 16. Y'all are chaotic goblins, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're basically healed. That one is healed to full, if that's the case. Or you can get rid of the poison and probably and that should be good. I mean, like I rolled a 16 on the die, so I got a 21. And if we're same alignment, you get 5 dice to do,
Yeah,
or 4 dice to do it with.
The poison is healed, then
Yeah.
because
Cool.
I don't
Back
think
to
there's
5,
much use in
2 hit points.
healing goblins.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, not really. Gilligan the goblin has never known such generosity. Skeptical of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to heal Rita again, like heal, she's not going to say no.
Sure. And it's 16. I think that's 1 on the chart. Let's see. 16. Yeah, so you get an extra 1.
Okay, no, that's good. I'll definitely take 1 hit die. Let's see what I get. 3. Okay, that's not bad at all. It's actually a lot better.
All right. So you guys are in the weird tunnel here still, just making progress, or
Trying to keep low, keep listening, and I can scout ahead a little bit. That one of the goblins can.
Okay.
I was gonna have. Being sneaky, not being. I mean, we're in
Yeah.
a hallway and only as sneaky as you can be. But
no,
sneaky.
no, still give me a agility check. Add +3. You get a little bonus
18.
from being chaotic. Okay. Yeah, you sneak down this corridor, weird, crow's corridor, and you find a room where there's this hunchbacked giant in tattered robes. As you kind of sneak forward, you see him. He's kind of in with his hands, pulling up like water and go shh, and then pouring it into a vessel urn. And you watch him. He for a moment. He walks back over this massive book that looks like is attached to an organic spine that grows from the floor, and he dips a silver quill pen in that vessel urn and begins to write on one of the pages. And in here you can see a couple of spots where you think look like areas where you could make progress past here. The area orifice, sphincter like holes in the walls.
Alone in there?
He looks alone.
Appears to be. Hasn't noticed me.
Hasn't noticed you.
Then that goblin's going to sneakily run back to the party and tell them to stop moving so he won't hear us coming, and regales them. What does the party think? Because goblins have don't solo giants. Still there?
Yeah. Here, I'm just thinking of what we should do in this situation.
He may not be violent, but he's definitely got magic. He's hunched over and disheveled, like I think he kind of said in his documenting. When you made that sound, was that the sound of what he was doing, or was he?
Yeah,
like,
he was
spraying
like
out the water?
shushing the water in his hands
before
he poured it into the little urn he has.
Okay, so he's, I don't know, fishing, capturing
I
souls.
mean,
Maybe
if
he's
it's-
being good.
If it's like the water out there, maybe he's collecting it and talking to the souls.
Yep. I don't think we should go in guns blazing, because if it's only one, we might be okay. This is the only path, right?
From this direction, at least.
From this
And
direction.
it's just fleshy walls and sand floor. So
Yeah.
Is that our environment?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I think we should just go talk to him.
I mean, I can
it's
send
weird for the goblins to test, but
I could send the undead giants in first. I mean, I don't know if they that'd probably not be comfortable for him, but
any of us look friendly? Even a little bit?
No,
I
I
mean,
hope not.
Eddie the Sea Giant might look most familiar faced.
You know, that might be a good idea, Eddie. Maybe have you go in there and try to talk to him. And if not, we just barge in after you.
Yeah. The last
Sounds
giants
like
are
a
pretty
plan.
friendly. Oh, I'm sorry. Was this a stone giant or a meat giant or what kind of giant?
He also looked like a stone giant, actually.
Okay. Well, then I've got a jar of what he needs. Could be. You know.
Could be.
Yeah, talking is fine.
While
Sounds
we're
like a
walking
nerd.
down here, I take my claws and like scratch at one of these silvery scabs on the wall to see if like what it feels like.
Oh yeah, it bleeds, and when you actually look at it and scratch, you see like a twisted reflection of yourself. Make a will save.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Rule number 1 of poison: don't taste it. Don't touch the thing.
I got a 10 on my will save.
Okay. So you are, for a moment, like you scratch it and it starts bleeding. You see a version of yourself in that wall that is you, but you are dead. And staring back at yourself. You see your flesh rotting off of you. And it's pretty awful. And when you look, and for a moment you try to look away because it's so horrifying to you, but you get stuck because then you also notice one of those pinpoints of light, and see in them another, like not this realm at all. You scratch that silver scab and it starts dripping out and dripping over you, and you're entranced by that little pin of light, and you look through looks like a tiny little tear in the wall, and you see, gazing down, a whole nother world populated by flying brains and metal men, and you see the flash of vision of these suicidal cultists enacting some plan that results in their own sun exploding, and you feel the energy siphon through that little hole and into this world, and water leaks out, filling onto the floor.
Anyone else
Jeez.
see this besides him?
No.
Stefan?
Nope.
Do we see him doing this?
You see him staring at the wall as you're like, hey, I'm telling you about the next thing, and then you see him change. Ian, when you look out, when you like snap back to it, you look at your hands and your flesh is rotting.
Oh God. Okay.
You are,
so like I mimic the mirror version of myself.
yes.
Oh.
You gain undead traits, and I mean, you could already be turned by clerics, but now you definitely can. Like your zombies
Yeah.
at hand, you don't eat, you don't drink, you don't breathe. You're immune to critical hits. That could be pretty handy.
Oh.
Disease and poison, sleep, charm, paralysis, and gold damage, but you're going to keep rotting away every day.
All right.
This sounds like a really overpowered bunch of goblins. If I can make this happen on purpose, this sounds pretty baller.
If you're forever, your goblins are coming undead. Oh man, that'd be amazing, right?
Fresh ones pop up and they're still in. Yeah.
Unless saved by divine aid or similarly powerful magic. All right. Well, here's hoping. The avatar of freaking the void orphan is rotting away now. Let's see what we can do with that.
Cool. He's okay now. He's with us now.
He's back with you. Looks nasty. Smells
I
worse.
see 'em all, yeah. Like my eyes are like yellow now. They're just like cataract yellow, all shriveled up and everything. And I step back and continue on.
The definite comedy moment. As soon as he sees this, one of the goblins is about to literally bite or claw the wall and just like brings it back and just gonna let that one go. That's some science we don't need doing.
There you go. Yeah, learn the
Cool.
lesson.
Yeah. He's are you like losing health points or anything though?
He will starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Cool.
slowly die after this, so long as I don't die now.
Cool. Yeah, that's a problem for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We'll figure that out.
So you're gonna go try and talk to the guy? With Giant? Because we can't speak Giant. None of us can, right? Or except for Corpse.
I'm already in the room having a smoke with the guy.
Yeah. All right. Just writing down a note to myself. All right. So Eddie, you come in and he gives kind of like he must hear you, 'cause he doesn't look away. He's still writing, and he kind of looks over, and again, it gives this just despondent greeting of like, "Oh, hello, you've stepped in here. Are you literate?"
Damn
Of
good
course I
question.
am. What you got there, buddy?
How dare you? My mother was a saint.
So this is the tome of all our despairs. All the giants I can remember their lives. And you see, and you peek over his shoulder, or you get close, or you stand far away.
Oh, I'm getting close. Get a little bit closer.
Yeah, he's like clearly writing that. He's like dipping his pen in like the silvery ink, in there, and like writing down. It looks like a succinct one pager for the life of a giant, and he's getting to the very end, and there it says was slain by Doug the orc.
Oh.
You look on
You're
the page to
legendary,
the
Doug.
and you look over to the left, and there's another like one pager. It's a big piece of page, but of like another giant's life.
Cast into the blood ocean. Soul. Sea soul. Sea soul. This guy really reeks Dead Souls optional boss. Or not, I'm sorry, Dark Souls, not Dead Souls. Elden Ring.
Well, he seems like he's having a good time.
He seems mostly harmless until we poke him. But who are we here to see? We're here to see the Chaos God, right? More or
Stop
less.
it, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we're here to see more to kill.
Yeah. You think he knows
Well.
where that is?
Are you guys like crowding at the entryway here now? Just
Yeah,
watching
we're
this?
at that. We're not in the room. We're just looking over, I suppose.
In we should go and see if this is a foe.
Maybe he's already.
Ill
Maybe he's
can be
already.
will and make a meal.
Maybe he's already written where the Chaos God is. Do you want to go back a chapter or two in his book?
You can't ask him how one of us is. Well, none of us are giants. Well, no. Well,
One of us looks like a giant.
one of us
And
looks like that.
so do
You can
three
ask how he's
zombies.
doing. Yeah. Yeah, we could ask.
Hey, so what do you know about Chaos God?
Yeah.
Chop, chop.
He's like, this is its psyche. This whole realm is just on the verge between other
Yeah.
realms. It is a sea that connects to countless places created by that entity that refuses a name, so that it cannot be defined or to be given power or weaknesses. It is ever changing. It is what people thinks of it.
Where's the heart of this entity?
It's heart, it's mind, he kind of like gestures to one of the closed up meat passages. But it is all of this.
What is the meat passage? Is it just like a meat door?
It looks like a giant sphincter.
Sphincter, isn't it?
Oh, that's right, the sphincter. Pucker up.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, can we get a key card? Pop it open. An automatic door situation.
Yeah, it doesn't. If a little goblin a little goblin could probably squeeze through. The spine devil's gonna get stuck on some part of it. It's your plan. However, you open it up.
You cast Maw on it? No, that wouldn't work.
Oh, I mean,
You can make it. Maybe you can make it the sphincter talk and ask it questions.
Let it ask me a few questions.
what say ah and then jump in. Pretty graphic, actually.
And then,
I mean, you cast ball on any hole. That's really terrible. Yikes.
Eat it some old tacos.
You just ruined it for me, Cal.
Yeah.
Oh God. But I mean, honestly, casting
does-
Maw on it might not be a half bad idea.
I mean, does the professor here does he know how to open the doors? Can we just say open sesame? Or is there, like, we're going to make a thing out of this? We don't have to.
It's like, I stay here. If I've never gone elsewhere, I do not even know. I do not even remember if I was condemned here, if I chose to be here, or if it was sheer luck. Just know that my people will be forgotten. Their deaths given to this god, their souls feeding it. And in this way, it's the only thing I can do to not even make their lives worth something, for no one has ever read it but me. He has a very nihilistic attitude here.
Yeah, I can't imagine he has a
Yeah.
lot of friends.
Are there any other open passages besides are they just all closed ones?
There are two closed ones. One that kind of looks like it goes up a little bit more, and it's kind of like in a higher part of the wall. You could still basically be the same thing to try to get through, and one that appears to be more like straight on.
And did he point at the one that was straight on?
He did point at the one that was straight on.
So, do there appear to be any, like, I don't know, muscles that would cause it to retract, or?
You see some big veins nearby. Yeah.
Hemorrhoids.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke it with my cleaver, not the sharp end.
All right.
Actually, the hand axe.
All right.
If anything happens.
Yeah.
The vein or the sphincter itself?
On the vein, it sounded like. The opening flexes open, or a little bit more open for a second.
Give it a good squeeze.
So if I push it harder, does it open further?
Yeah, it opens more, and someone can get through pretty easily.
So, goblins should probably be last since they're the smallest, and they can hold it open, and then they can squeeze through by themselves. So
you want to go in biggest to smallest?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll also say the smell in here is not great. Sweat, bile, it's
smells like
great.
home.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys are able to get through if you so choose to. If there's no second planning.
Yep. I think we go through and to Dave's point, biggest to smallest. Zombies
Maybe,
first.
like, one bit of advice is after one scout goblin goes through, I want to try opening the door from this side to make sure it does open from this side.
Yeah, you find a nearby similar big vein that you push on.
Okay. Open for you guys to come through.
Okay, yeah, everyone's able to get through. It's not an issue.
Yep.
You guys pass through another one of those like weird tunnels where there's like those little pinpoints of light. There are more of those silvery scabs here. If there's any science that people want to
Curious.
make happen.
I'll keep having one goblin forward to do scouting, though.
All right.
So we're still like in ankle water, right? We're still making tons of splashy noise.
This one, it's more, it's just like, an inch of water in this one.
Okay.
So not really much.
Okay.
There's like still that like, squishy noise, but it's not.
Can't hear anybody else, can we? Okay.
You start hearing like some weird sounds that almost sound like a mean-spirited, like a group of mean-spirited children, like babies. And you come through, and like the scout goblin peeks through the little hole, and he sees and he's able to see like just about everything in this other room. There is he sees like a trio of monstrosities that are like tending to a pit filled with wailing infant demons that are clawing and biting at each other. And one of them has like a book, and it's ripping pages out of them. There's some other items of, passing familiarity to the goblins that other people here might be interested in.
So am I peeking through what? A sphincter?
Yes.
Sphincter, or am I peeking?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, no need to sneak now. I wave forward the party to come right up to the door, and everyone can take a peek if they want. But we regale the party. And you said monstrosity, like I should know what that is. Is that
they appear like
common
grotesquely.
D&D?
No, it's just kind of a general term I was just using to be quick. They're like there's 3 grotesquely feminine demons in there. Definitely demons. They each look different. One is like a faceless horror with like hands or with mouths on its hands. Another is like a creature with a mouth on its stomach and ice stalks coming from its shoulders, and the other is like a scuttling beast with an oversized Venus flytrap head. All are like, have like
How large
weird
are these
hourglass
creatures? Giant
shapes, and just make you feel uncomfortable, or would at least make
It's-
normal people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is the Silent Hill room. Are they giant-sized monstrosities? Or are they
They're like 8
medium-sized
feet tall.
monstrosities?
They're medium sized, and we'll also say what they're doing in there. Along the floors and walls, there's like look like overgrown pimples, and they'll like occasionally take like one of the babies from the pit and like attach them to one of the pimples, and the babies like suckle at them like from a breast.
Ugh.
I think some mixed symbolism here. Sure.
it's like
I wonder what happens if we suck from the.
Gordon Ramsay meets Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. They sound more violent than the last guy.
You say they sound grotesque.
I mean, they may speak chaotic, which I can speak, and I think some of us can. We could potentially talk them.
None of my
on
living
our-
goblins speak it anymore.
It's kind of a demon-looking thing, right?
Yeah, now I'm an undead demon, and I've got big undead giants with me. I mean, I could go in and try to convince them, or at least talk to them and see if they're hostile.
Yeah, I mean this is the equivalent of walking somewhere with a clipboard. Our party looks like we work here.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Yeah, kind of.
Touche.
Put an OSHA hat on.
Okay,
Y'all
so
cool with that?
open the door.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, they open the door. They they kind of like turn to face you with whatever their closest thing is of a face.
Yeah.
What's the atmosphere you're trying to convey here, or Ian?
We don't walk through. We just open the door and
Yeah.
wave.
And I walk in, and I walk in, and then my giants come in after me, and I say in chaotic, "Hail swine," or something like that.
Okay.
Whatever the translation of that would be for the dialect that I speak.
All right. Sure. The one with the eye stalks seem to like almost nod at you for a second, and the one with the no face and the mouths on its hands, the mouths are like constantly screaming. They start walking over to the goblins, and the mouths start making cooing noises, like as to shush a baby,
Oh, we're
and it's clearly
babies,
trying to
yeah.
pick up a goblin. Calvin, is this get any resistance?
You wanted to suck on one of them
I'm gonna-
zits. This is the way
I
to do
have
it.
I have 4 goblins left, and okay. Let's see. 3 of the goblins have 5 or 4 HP, making them the largest. But 1 goblin only has 3 HP. Gilligan. So he is the baby and the shortest goblin,
All right.
and they push him forward because they think it's funny.
All right, yeah, the
The other goblins try and stand up straight to look tall.
she picks up Gilligan.
They put on fake mustaches.
John, you see what is clearly your Book of Omens. Demon babies in that pit are playing with it and ripping up pages from it. Yeah, everyone else who is still missing an item from the beginning, the demon babies are playing with it and probably like killing each other to some extent. Or Gilligan is indeed put against the wall and like forced to suckle at a overgrown giant zit.
Oh,
Come on, zombie goblin. Anything
It's
happen?
just straight up pus.
Yeah,
What's it taste like?
it's just pus coming out.
It's gross.
It's really gross.
Here's the part where it could be funny is like the other goblin earlier got healed for the first time in the campaign, really, and has
Mhm.
that goblin I didn't name has never known such generosity, and neither has Gilligan. This could be good. What happens to him?
You
Well,
gotta
roll
figure that
roll a d10 and then roll another d10.
3.
Okay, you gain 3
Zero,
temporary
10.
hit points, and your next one was a 10. Okay.
Okay. That goblin, Gilligan, is now the largest goblin.
Uh-huh,
He has 6
uh-huh.
HP.
He, as he is suckling, the pus washes over his lips, and it hardens, and his lips turn into a beak. I'm gonna let you choose what type of beak.
What's the name of the fucking big one?
Like a pelican?
What does the beak look like on? Yeah, a funny. No. What was the beak looking like on the undead Cyclops beak we saw earlier? Was it a hawk? Would you say? Vulture?
Yeah,
You said vulture.
I was saying it was vulture. It was vulture-like.
It should turn into a toucan in case we need to find some Fruit Loops.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's trying to think of something funny as well. Toucan is very funny. Flamingo is very funny. Fucking the big. No, I got it. Pelican with the big that can eat, that can swallow
Pelican.
huge things.
Yeah,
That's neat, right?
Yeah, and the pus starts just filling up your big pelican beak. That's gonna grow bigger and bigger.
That's gross. That's a. You gonna keep gaining HP?
No. You could start trying to spit that out a little bit if you want. You know.
Well, now that he's a much bigger goblin, not much bigger.
And then the two other nurses they start coming over and they're trying to get more of them. More of you guys. They even, let's see, Dave, you also got that corruption to attract the attention of extraplanar creatures. They start trying to usher you over to the wall. And another one, the Venus flytrap like one, even though it is it kind of makes these like kind of soothing rustles with its flytrap flaps, or what it attempts to do at least. And it is like kind of trying to, it can't really pick you up, but push you over to the wall and treat you again like a little demon baby. What do you do, Dave?
Oh, okay. This goblin's thumbs upping, by the way, on the wall. Feeling pretty good.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to project Thought Menace on it.
Okay.
Which one is ushering me?
It is like a. It walks on like kind of like crab legs and has a Venus flytrap head.
All right.
Good boy.
I am going to. I'm going to do a 4-pointer, and a deeper connection is made with the target, revealing great details to the Toag. The Toag can read the target's thoughts for 1d6 rounds. The target gets a will save equal to my caster level check.
Okay. Well, and so roll your caster level check since it's written to roll that way. Frank, how is this, vibing with the way Doug's been brought up?
17.
So I think Doug wants to pull one of the babies off of the wall and act like he's going to burp it.
Okay. I'll say, Dave,
See what
unfortunately, I rolled exactly a 17. Plus some bonuses.
Like kind of pretending like he's
helping out.
Tending to a young,
Yeah, the baby starts, like, it's getting bigger from this, and you see, like, little wings sprouting off of its back. It burps, and, like, a lot gets on your shoulder. And as you guys kind of spend a little bit of time here, there's another one of the, like a tear on the ceiling that actually looks very similar to when Rita casts
giving birth to demon babies.
And it opens up for a second, and you guys see what looks like, could be any old village on the world that you guys normally menace. And one of the bigger babies goes up and with its like little impish wings flies through there. And then the mall closes.
Well, while this is going on, Brita's going to point towards one of the little demon babies in the pit and bring that here, babe. There's no need to be afraid. She's going to cast possession to try to get her book back.
Okay.
I was going to say, while the goblins are being shuffled around,
he's going to go bring the baby that he has back to the pit, and then try and like see if I see something in there. And as I'm putting the baby down, throw it out of the pit.
Yeah, you find at the beginning of it, because John just botched it with the planar step. You lost, your familial heritage, item that you brought with you from your orc tribe, your human tooth necklace or whatever that was, and you see one baby in there like using it as a chew toy.
So I got a 17, Stefan. Caster gains limited control over a single target within 30 feet for 1d4 rounds. Let me wordlessly force the target to perform minor actions such as striking themselves or other creature.
Okay.
Is that good enough or no?
Yeah, that's good enough. Frank, you are able to like take the little toy.
I just pluck it out of its hands and smile at it when it brings it to me.
Okay. Frank, what were you saying?
I was gonna pick up the baby that was teething on my necklace and pull
Okay.
it out, and then bring it over to a
Ah,
thing and kind of like trade it.
I get it. Okay, no, that's perfect. Yeah, you attach it to the wall, and then you're able to get your necklace back. And John, yeah, that baby like stuffs the book in its teeth and is kind of like gnawing on it, making little bite marks because it's a baby, but it's sure got some pointy teeth. And it brings it over to you and kind of spits it out on the floor and then poops.
Now back you go.
It turns
While this is
around
all
and
happening,
poops
can
right
we
at
see-
you
Oh,
and crawls back into the
oops,
pit.
at you.
You get some on your shoe.
Do we see
Sorry.
any other doors,
I'm
any
just-
obvious ways out of here?
There is another one, but this one is it looks a little bit different. There's like it's almost like an alcove, and instead of like the kind of weird tunnels you've been going through, in that alcove in the other room, there is a like an archway that has chaos runes written above it. But we got
Anyone
someone who
read
speaks
that?
chaos here. Ian, you should
Yes.
read it.
Yeah. So I lumber over there with my zombies in tow and
Mhm.
see if I can read what this says.
Yep. Where?
Oh, by the way, I would like to roll to sneak silently. The other 3 goblins that are not currently suckling, trying to, break eyesight because they're distracted by babies and other stuff, and there's plenty of giants walking around. Try and walk in their shadows just so they're not. Don't
Okay.
ignore me. Sort of thing.
Just go for
Ignore
one agility
me!
check. Yeah.
That is only a 12.
All right. I mean, there's a
distracted.
lot
It's a
of
room full of
very
babies and
it's a
a bunch of
room full of
people.
babies. I think a 12 is good enough.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ian, you're able to read the runes atop there, and there's like a shimmering field that kind of blocks further passage. The chaos runes, basically, say, it's anyone who sorry, it's like, what did I write? I revised this section so many times. You can basically, it just tells you what to do to be able to pass through there without
Sure.
having to pass any saves or anything like that. A chaotically aligned creature needs to use their blood to write the chaos rune for friend upon the forehead of any other creature that wants to pass through. And if you do otherwise, then a saving throw gets involved.
Very easy. Hey, y'all have been giving
Friend
me
and
my.
enter.
What's that?
Speak friend and enter. Is that what?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of, right?
Very
That's
corrupt
easy for me
version
in
of
that
that.
situation. So when we're ready to move on, I will. Y'all have been so gracious with your blood. I will donate of my blood back to you.
Now it's going to be basically 1 hit point of blood for everyone. Each of the goblins. I mean,
Sure.
they're chaotically aligned, so they can kind of just cover themselves if they want. But
I got to sacrifice for my people sometimes.
If we're chaotic, we can do this ourselves.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you
It
don't
takes
know,
1 hit point.
and basically Ian's just like, yeah, make it look like. I mean, you probably can't do it to yourself because you have to like draw on your own forehead, and you might get the rune wrong. So someone else has to do it, but they could do it with your blood.
Okay.
Then there's like a rune up there, and the Grindles might just like make it look like that.
Yeah. Thank you. And are we moving on right now? Like, are we actually
I'm
getting
ready
ready
to
to
go on,
move?
yeah.
in?
I think usually
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think we
big
should
fight
go.
in
Has
here,
everyone got their
but,
items that they want to
we-
get?
Do we notice as we feed these babies, do they get bigger and sprout bigger wings?
Yeah. As they drink more pus, they get bigger. They start sprouting wings, and
Well, I'm thinking we
and
could
then
ride.
like
We could ride these things out of here.
Did
they're
that
not
goblin
getting
got-
that much bigger.
Would that goblin have gotten wings if he rolled right?
I mean, I rolled a greater corruption for him.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
take
well,
a little bit of a break real quick.
Yeah, we can take
You know what?
5. If
Yeah.
you want.
I think we
Stefan,
can
real
start.
quickly,
Mhm.
can I even actually lay on hands anymore as undead? Like, because
Oh,
lay on hands doesn't affect undead.
Not yourself.
Would an undead
Yeah.
be able to do it?
It's fiendish healing.
Stop turning
okay.
yourself.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not lay
You're
on
right.
hands,
So,
it's
Okay.
shield.
I don't know. It's a
Okay.
judge's. That's a judge's ruling. It's not a bad
Yeah.
question because you can't turn undead. So
And you can't heal the divot.
So
Yeah, maybe you can't heal
definitely
yourself,
Can't
yeah.
heal myself, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. You can't heal yourself. That's a judge's call, I think.
But,
Yeah, I would
like
I think you can't heal yourself, but you can heal anyone else. Well, anyone
Okay.
who's not undead.
all right, so maybe I won't sacrifice of my congealed blood now
Yeah.
that I'm undead because I can't get it back. So it's a good thing I've got some big hulking giants to help protect me for the next fight or so.
For the remainder of the
The next
adventure.
24
Exactly.
hours. Okay, so if these matrons are not violent, two of the other goblins help pry off Gilligan, the pelican-faced goblin.
Mhm.
And
As they do
Yeah.
that, one of the other ones kind of picks one of those two goblins up and starts trying to put him on the wall also.
I'll wait till we're back because if I accidentally trigger a fight, I don't want to be by myself.
Well, I mean, are you resisting? Are you going with it?
I'm gonna wait. I'm just pause. Exactly.
All right.
Hell, Gilligan, they want to stay. That's what it takes to leave the room. The other goblins are all hidden.
I will say this area is definitely inspired by Dr. Pimple Popper because I hate that, and my wife has shown me too many videos. She doesn't do it
Yeah.
anymore, but she's like, "Oh, look at that!" And I'm like, "Why again? Why you do it again?"
Buying time because I might be triggering
Oh
a
yeah,
fight.
yeah. The goblin, another goblin was trying to, the weird lady demons trying to make another goblin suckle at a pimple. So
But the rest of the party is by the door getting
Yeah.
their sigil done, right?
yeah,
Where are the other two lady demons?
tending to other demon babies, making sure that they fight dirty, stuff like that.
How much distance do we have to run through the door if I accidentally do this? We're just getting everything, just getting a scene prepped.
They could
okay?
probably, if you want, there's a moment here. One goblin is now completely separated from everyone else. Frank might be like, being like, "Yeah, I love losing HP and getting my rage die up. Here we go, guys. One for you, one for you."
And that goblin that's just getting pushed on the wall will like reluctantly do the thing.
All right,
And the pelican beak one will go to the door. So now we
Okay.
have one goblin by himself.
roll a d10 and then roll another d10.
6.
You get 6 temporary
And
hit
1.
points. But a sliver of soul energy is claimed by a demon lord. It's got to be this one. All right. He takes 13 points of damage and would do some other things, but this goblin dies, so, penalty's meant for characters who are one character and not 5. This goblin, he must have a pus allergy or something. Chaos pus, no good for him. He dies and slumps to the wall. The rest of one of the lady demons kind of picks him up and smushes his face against it again, throws him into the pit, and all the other babies start like clawing at him and like treating him like a doll.
Cool. I would almost say to roll something to see if he had something funny on him, like poison or Molotov cocktails.
Well, what did he have? I mean, he should have had something. Did the baby start playing with hand puppets?
I know hand puppets would be a really nice one. Hand puppets.
All right. Well, why would it be hand puppets?
I use the hand puppets to touch all kinds of poison, though. So do that with that what you will.
All right. It's a little bit chaotic back there. You're not quite sure what's happening with the babies since the rest of you are trying to get away from all of that. Who is giving of their HP?
Well, I'm going to use 1 HP to go paint on myself.
Okay. We got you. How many goblins we got here?
I only have 3 now.
I mean, they could paint each
And,
other. They're chaotic and each lose 1 point.
We're chaotic. We could do each other, yeah.
Okay. John? You're chaotic?
I would no. Oh no, I'm lawful.
Lawful,
No,
okay.
I would. Yeah, it has to be chaotic blood used on me, or a chaotic
Yeah.
person can use my own blood.
Chaotic blood used on you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I can't give up my blood then.
I mean,
How many blood do y'all need, by the way? Because I have 3 temporary HP, which I will gladly burn for myself, for my own 3 goblins. And then I have 3 goblins at full health. I don't mind losing an amount of blood. That's not a problem, right? So
I'll say you give
I'm-
one more to John.
I have to be careful
Okay.
about losing blood going forward because I can no longer heal. So,
You want to give one
Okay.
more to Ian.
so that's 2.
but I can heal you back though.
Oh,
I'll say, Calvin, if you
Oh.
get hit by things in this final encounter with the total HP of goblins, it won't really matter.
that's what I figured. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry about it.
So how about we say that your goblins? You've got 3 temporary HP. There's John, there's Ian, there's Dave, there's Eddie, and then there's 3 undead giants. So you have 7 in you.
Yeah.
All right. The goblin
Yeah.
sacrifice is plentiful. You guys are all able to walk through.
Nice.
Into a chamber where you guys all walk through. You know, even if you walk through before another, it is almost like a time dilation effect where the others are arriving just as you are. Starlight kind of seeps in through pinholes reflecting off of giant crystals that grow from the walls of this immeasurable cavern. You are standing on one of those giant crystals right now that is just like affixed to the wall. The space is dominated by a titanic creature that resembles a gargantuan brain melded on top of an equally gargantuan heart. Waves crash and echo upward from the deep waters below. This creature uses massive ventriloquial tubes to wade through and drink from these wailing waters. And of course, that barrier seals itself behind you. You know, perhaps a goblin beats on it, but that little thing is no longer going to allow you to go back. And let's all roll initiative as you feel oh so confident that this is that unnameable god.
Would you like to do me a kindness and say it's been an hour to get to 4 goblins?
Sure, one sneaks in through the end.
Yeah, thank you. That's because you're basically giving me 4 HP because it's 4 hits is all I can take. All right, better than 3. Oh, I didn't roll for initiative. Right. 18. Everyone's
Okay.
typing. Well, you heard me. 18.
And Frank on 7. All right. Okay. Dave, you're going first. I'll type out the combat initiative. Yeah.
How many of these feeding tubes or arteries or whatever?
Here, let me find.
Like a normal heart would have in and out?
4. I mean, the
You just-
normal amount. It's.
Can you describe our battlefield better or more? If there's cover or if there's. or
You
just
are
like,
in
yeah.
a giant dome cavern. The floor is like 100 feet below you. It is all water. It is the Wailing Soul water. There's not like a lovely bridge to cross. There are a bunch of crystals coming in and out of walls that are above you, lower than you at different areas that you can jump up and down, or a giant brain that's in the center of here. That, hey, you know.
It's floating in the air like it's flying.
No, it is.
It's flying?
It is walking on its ventriloquial tubes and like stilts in the water. But it can raise
100
them.
feet down?
Yes.
Oh, it's huge. It's
It's
big,
huge.
big.
This is the second giant brain in a Stefan adventure I've encountered.
What's the first one?
There was the one you did for the one I drew for you.
Oh
it was the
yeah, I
COVID.
did do one there.
How kind of leap would it be from where I'm at to one of the tubes?
I mean, you got those froggy legs. You know, you can make that leap.
My idea
Good
is
check.
to try to clog one of them tubes. I want to jump on one of them tubes and give it a real bear hug and try to close it off.
Yeah.
Is it
Let's go
mobile,
for
this
it.
thing?
Is this? Are we doing agility or strength?
Your choice.
Well, I know what I'm picking. Actually, it's the same for both. All right, 19.
Oh yeah, you get over there. I'm still writing up.
Anaconda squeeze.
there's our initiative. Yes, it has 4 different spots in the initiative order because it has 4 action dice, but I'll split it up like that. So there you go. All right, so you get over, you jump on one of the ventriloquial tubes. You get over there with your like 19 to jump, but give me like a strength check or attack roll, your choice. Well, you said squeeze, so I guess just strength check to try to just like cut it off. You know, not literally, but you know what I mean.
That's another 19.
Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, it's not like permanently ruined here, but I'll say that you make it lose that next attack it would have had on the 20 because you pinched it off.
That's
Calvin.
good. All right, I'll be right back. Just
Okay.
2 minutes.
So 100 feet water,
Yeah.
and he just jumped across whatever the walls, the like I guess terraced wall kind of thing, huh?
Yes, I do not have a picture to represent that, but yeah, imagine like a cylinder, you know, with a dome top,
Right.
bunch of crystals on the side.
And it's been
Chaos
held,
God is like in the middle.
It is just it's standing on 4 colossal 100-foot long tentacle legs.
Yes.
It's just standing in the middle of the room.
Yes.
Does it have a mouth like in the picture there? Is it?
Yes. It looks like that.
It looks all like that, huh? Well, I can't think of anything smart at the very second, so I'm just going to shoot bows and arrows. But let me think here. I honestly, is there a way to wait till someone else moves? I don't want to get the attention first if I can help it.
Sure. You want to go? You want to go after everyone else? You want to go after?
Okay, fine. I would like to. First of all, then I would just like to spend all my first turn getting.
I mean, you just want to go like after John. You see the initiative order there in the chat.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
What number do you want in the initiative order? We'll move you there.
Never mind. I'm just going to attack.
All right.
Just bows for now.
Okay.
I behooves me just realized that it would be better for the goblins to get destroyed to see what happens, and y'all get a hit and see what happens. So just short bows. And how long a distance is it? Can I hit it with a whip?
No.
Okay. Just bows then. 18.
All right. You hit it. Your bow is not magical. It has no effect.
Oh. Well, then everyone saw that then.
The rest of the arrows do about the same thing.
Yeah.
Do about the same thing. Cool. Then after seeing the first couple arrows fly and do nothing, the other 2 goblins there get ready with their climbing equipment. Like
Okay.
holding onto ropes, etc. And then that's my turn.
Oh, Eddie.
And they say stuff like "Everybody see that?" kind of thing.
Can I join in on the squeezing?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. It was a cool idea.
Make a either strength or agility to try to jump over and grapple on, and if you give me a good check, another strength check to squeeze as hard as you can.
All right, a 21 to get over there,
That'll do.
and a 22 for squeezings.
All right. Well, it loses its 15. It's gonna get its 10 though. On there. It's gonna look at. Let's see. John, Frank, Ian. Which one of you 3? John, it's you.
No.
You're not gonna roll for the goblin to get hit?
No,
Being distracting?
doesn't sound like what you did on your turn.
Unconcerned. Okay, that's not.
John, I want you to make a willpower save. You from like out of its mouth, like dark speech emerges, which takes form, and you see like runes pattern itself through the air and like just hit you.
I got a 16.
A 16 will work. A 16 will work.
Okay, good. You had to look on your face. Oh, no.
For a moment, you are like about to, that you didn't know which master you served there for a split second. Frank, you're up.
Oh, no. It's,
Oh, John,
don't I
sorry.
go?
Yeah, John, that was just your
okay.
will. So.
all right. So I'm going to attempt to cast strength.
Okay.
Nice. 28. So that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
28 is all allies within 20 feet gain at 18 strength for a d6 turns.
All right.
Nice. Okay, so everybody has an 18 strength. I mean, it doesn't really matter the amount of turns. I'll roll it anyway, and there's no manifestation. I rolled it, so no change for 2 turns, so 20 minutes. So pretty much the whole fight.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Oh, and then I forgot. I've got a second die. So then I'm going to try to cast. Keep forgetting about that. A lot of us should have second actions. Shit, I've got Frank. I'm going to say I'm right next to Frank. I'm going to try to cast Enlarge on him too.
All right.
Roll D14. Double down. So 24.
Ooh, triples in size.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, found it there. But basically, +6 to all the things you're probably about to want to do. And 20 temp
And hit
HP.
points. Yep. All
Um,
right.
I'll say that you know that the creature is not affected by mundane attacks. Your sword may be mundane, but now your fists are not.
Wasn't this longsword that I got like
Let's see.
special?
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
there was like a magical long, like a two-handed sword. I think we got
Okay.
a while back.
If you wrote it down and it was magical, it's weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
All right. If it's magical, then go for it.
Go you!
All right,
Make
is
it
my
true!
All right, this is going to be a ridiculous amount of pluses to this.
Probably.
So this is like, do I need to roll my rage die? Does a 32 hit?
Yeah, 32 hits. I'll say it like a 32 to hit. Like you got to get over there. Like you can't just hit it over here. You're probably having to like jump on top of it.
Oh yeah, can I just jump? Like I'm huge, right? Can I just like jump?
Oh yeah,
like,
you are
with my
huge.
hand or
Yeah, so
whatever?
no problem then. You're able to like just jump on top. It's not even an issue anymore.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump down. Just going for it. He's like, all right, so that'll hit. So is this the damage too?
Yes.
And then the 18 strength too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So
So that's like a +9 to this?
yeah.
Okay. So 17.
Okay.
And then let me try and hit with my second attack, which is a D14. 2, so 15. Let me try the rage die. Does 18 hit it?
An 18 will work.
Okay. So the second attack is a 6 plus 9. Okay, so
So another 15. So damn.
And yeah, he just jumps and just like.
All right.
And
well,
can I land on top of it and just
yeah.
on the brain?
You're on the brain. People always get on the brain, man. All right. You're on top. People are hanging from its ventricular cords. It releases this caustic cerebral spray out of the wrinkle folds of its brain. So Frank and Dave and Eddie, who I know walked away for a second, make me fortitude saves. As you are drenched in cerebral fluid of a chaos god.
I bet a 6 doesn't make it.
Yeah, 6 don't do it.
13.
All right. Cool. Nobody made it then. Where's my D7? There it is. So everyone takes 5 points. Everyone takes 9 points of damage and is also going to suffer some random ability score damage. Dave, 2 points of damage to your agility. Frank, 1 point of damage to your intelligence. Eddie, also 1 point of damage to your
Good thing we don't need
intelligence.
that.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad for you guys. So that's what it does on its initiative count to 5. Ian, your turn.
All right. So because I don't really have stuff that I think would be, I was thinking about doing like an unholy sanctuary if we needed to remove ourselves from the attack, but I don't know if it's going to be that important because then I can't do any attacking if I've got that up. If I do, it drops. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and it's just if I'm standing at the edge where we came in because I haven't moved yet.
Mm-hmm.
How far is it to get into the creature if I like I think I got to jump and grab onto it, right? If I'm
Yeah,
going to stay there, or
it. You know, I was like, wait, doesn't he have wings? Oh, not anymore.
not anymore. Yeah, unfortunately.
You know, it's a decent jump. Give me,
You got your charging roll attack.
You know, that's a great idea, but
Yeah,
yeah,
stick to it like a
do that.
burr.
yeah.
Yeah. So like I do like a sonic spin, right? You know, I get down and then find a place where I can launch myself up at this creature, maybe up into the like where the actual brain is, if possible.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a nat 20 on the die.
Oh, all right. All right. Well,
Let's see. Roll some
give me some.
damage.
You get on the brain in a nice spot where you're not gonna be like, you know, scrambling to not fall off, and yeah, give me some damage and a crit roll.
10 points of damage from the attack, and then let's see. I've got a D10. I think is my D10 is my crit die. Oh, that is a 4, so it's not the best in the world, but not bad. I think we're on the monster table, right?
I thought you were on the Devils and Demons.
Oh no, yes, you're right. I am on the Devil's
for
table.
For you, I mean, meaner for a PC, but character permanently loses 4 additional points.
Permanently loses like 4 additional hit points?
Yeah.
All right.
So
hey, there you go.
Yeah,
again,
you know, on a monster, not
Do
that
you lose
crazy,
those
but
now too?
What's that?
Is that like 4 extra damage basically? Too,
yeah,
no?
for this it's 4 extra.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's how it would work in this. Yeah.
So Dave, you're right. I'm stuck like a sticker burr into this brain, basically. Just
Yep. And Dave, we're back up to you.
So on this tube, is it like starting to bulge beneath, or is that like the flow not changing, or
it's
are we
starting
building
to
up
bulge
pressure
beneath? Yeah.
Not sure if I want to keep doing that or I want to try something else. I'm going to treat this like the last game. So I'm going to take a cryosphere and I want to stab it into the artery and write it down like Errol Flynn on a pirate sail.
Beautiful. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's right there, but still, give me that attack roll.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And don't forget your extra buff.
Oh, that's true. That's 24.
18 strength for everybody.
24 does it.
And then the damage will be 10.
All right. Yeah, you start writing it down. I'm gonna let's see. The ventriloquial tube. I mean, it's not able to suck up water anymore. It's still able to like kind of use it as a leg, but it's not able to inhale more souls.
It's 11 damage total.
Got it. Oh, 11. I only wrote down 10. All right, Calvin, your turn.
I'm about to do something that could go really poorly, but maybe it won't.
Those are my favorite things.
So, while they've been squeezing that artery there, which is sucking up the blood, soul water, right? Have they moved or reacted yet, or just been steady pillars holding up the brain?
They're reacting like you would honestly
Writhing
expect it to be. Yeah, writhing, very much in pain.
The goblins, who have prepared to climb in teams of 2, because there's 4 of them, are going to try and rappel down as far as they can towards the end of one of the arteries.
Okay.
As far away from all that shit happening up there as they can. And we're going to try and grab onto one of those tubes down at the bottom, 100 feet down if I have 100 feet of rope, which I didn't write down how much I have, and try and cut into one.
Okay. Yeah.
And 4 goblins, you can tell me how much I accomplished in one turn.
I'll
This
say
is also trying to get away from all the acid and shit.
Your little daggers and swords are not magical, but your goblin claws are because of some magic strength. So
yeah, they'll use their teeth if they have to, and one pelican beak.
Teeth too, yeah.
A vulture would have been a good choice. Thematically, a vulture is meant for tearing into stuff, but a pelican is really not good at this.
No, all right. Well, the combination that makes sense for the respective goblin. All right, so give me some attack rolls for each of them.
All right, so here's the attack I really want: is I want to cause an aneurysm.
Okay.
I want to start stuffing poison and whatever crap I have into the hole that I cut open. Because it's sucking stuff up into the brain. This is my plan. I have 4 goblins worth of poison, toad combat, ivory dentures, tar, wigs, hand puppets, manacles, chains, and nets. And if nothing else works,
Just
4
have it all in
goblins
the
are to
hole.
dive in
I get-
and cause
okay.
an aneurysm.
Give
You should throw-
one.
That's what I want.
You should throw in a fat German kid.
Yeah, one. Yeah. All right, give me one good attack roll.
This turn.
The first good
This turn
attack
is just to
roll.
get
Yeah.
cut into it.
Well, I
Yeah,
said
don't
the first good
forget your
attack roll.
+3 from strength because your strength's 18 now.
That is a 14 plus a 4 then.
That'll work.
How far do I get? Do I just cut a hole open in this turn? I could.
Yeah, we'll say you cut a
There's a lot
hole.
to do in one
You're in
turn.
teams of 2, so like one cuts a hole open, the second can stuff something in. On the other team, another needs to cut the hole open. You know, if the first die roll doesn't work, then the second will have to. But if the first die roll works, then the second can stuff things in.
And they're trying to like really, just like you were climbing a mountain. They're trying to really, like pythons, whatever it is, to try and get stuck in it. You got it?
I get you.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one kind of. What is the second? What is Goblin number 2 stuff in?
The most powerful thing I have is toad contact poison of 1 dose, which is 4d6.
Okay. I'll say that works, and that's certainly magical. Roll me 4d6. It's
2, 5, 2, 6, 7, 9, 15.
okay. That was, and it's a DC 15 fortitude save, or it takes half. It does make it, but it still takes half damage. Okay. Team 2, give me that first attack roll for cutting open a hole to stuff things in.
That is only an 8 plus a 4. So
All right,
12.
give me a second attack roll to attempt that.
That one was a 14 plus 4.
All right, okay. You get the second hole in, but no time to stuff things in this round. But you got 2 holes for each of your 2 teams next turn. Excellent work. Oh, I didn't. Let me see. I didn't have it go last turn. I should have had it. I should have had it do a thing, and I forgot.
Ideally, I'm like as far down as I can to be out of range of attacks, if that's an option, because it's 100 feet down. I don't know how much rope I have, so I don't know. 60?
I get you.
I literally don't know. It's whatever the amount of rope is normal to have an adventure.
It is.
Rope.
So it is going to do a just Dave on you. Try to just bash you with that tendril that you have cut open. What is your armor class? I think you're muted, but I don't know why I asked because it's a 22 to hit.
I have a 23 armor class.
Oh,
Nice.
well, damn. If it had been less than that, I would have given you 11 points of damage.
Okay, 11.
All right.
Oops, that
Eddie, your turn.
Well, now that we're all feeling super strong, can I try and rip this tube off that I'm holding?
You can sure try.
I'm sure going to try with a 21.
All right. We'll make it an opposed roll. I think. Well, all right. You give it a good tug, but I roll a nat 20.
All right.
All right.
Chaos Lord.
Yeah, these Chaos Lords. It's its turn again. It's going to try to whip you against a wall, Eddie. Bash you really good. Also, Ian, you forgot to have your zombies go.
Oh, yes, I did, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they stood around then.
Mm-hmm. Well, AC 20? Anyway, I'm sure I don't hit, because I rolled a natural 1 this time.
Yay.
So we'll say
Hooray.
it bashes itself against the wall and hurts itself for its normal amount of damage. So, okay, then, it gets to go again. It sees, I think, Ian, I'm going to pick on you for the chaos speech directs itself. Or, well, no, you're on top of it, so it can't really, target you up there. All right, you damn little demonic Sonic. What can we do to you guys then? We're going to do another cerebral spray here. We have even more, well, actually not even more, because the goblins and Dave are still around, but Ian and Frank, give me some fortitude saves.
All right. Fortitude.
Okey-dokey.
I find it funny that the party may have thought that the goblins just bailed. There's no way they could see down there.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
All right,
That's
you're
a
good.
22.
Got a 14.
Okay, Frank, you even with the, like succeeding, you will still take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
The 14 is not enough, Ian. You're gonna take
Dun, dun, dun.
13 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
And
Yeah, that's not great.
well, decently high there, and suffer one. What's stat number 4 going down the line? That's personality, right?
Correct.
You take 1 point of personality damage.
Ah, it's the worst one.
For you, it sure is.
It is. Puts me at a -1, I think.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, John,
Ooh,
we're over at you.
Okay, so well, I'm going to try to give myself some protection and then attack it. So I'm going to cast what's it called? The force thing. Where I already had it pulled up.
Manipulation.
Yeah, force manipulation. So I'm going to
Try
try
to
that.
hit me with
So
that apple.
I'm gonna, well, I'm going to do the D20 roll to try to make myself a shield first, and I'll try the apple after that.
Okay.
It's more likely to get me the shield, the D20 roll. So that's a 21, which will be. I got 2 shields. So I'll give myself a shield in front of me, and then there's nobody else really standing back like I am, is there?
No.
My zombies technically are back over
yeah.
towards where we came in. There's 3
I'll
of them.
put another shield, like if case somebody needs to retreat to somewhere safe, like near the creature, like 5 feet away from it.
Mhm.
I'll put a shield that they could easily get to if somebody needs to get into cover, if you will. And then with the second action, I'm going to try to throw a force little missile thingy at it. Ooh, well, that's definitely going to do it because that's 25, but I'm going to reduce it down to the minimal result.
Mhm.
So that was apple size 4 can be hurled and inflicts 1d6 per caster level, so 5d6, but I got to roll to attack, correct?
Well, we're just doing a reflex save against it.
Oh, okay, that's right. So it's a
It's more
25
simple.
reflex save.
I rolled a natural 18 and have well, let's see. I have bonuses. You have Vile. I got a natural 18.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be kind of close, so I will actually spend 2 vial.
Okay. That puts it from a 26 to a 24 then.
So that
all right.
hits. Perfect. All right,
You're,
so
what,
5d6 damage. Let's see what we got here. $20 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oof. Wow.
Fucking nasty. All right.
Nice.
Frank, you're up.
All right.
Hey, can my zombies go?
Yeah.
How about sure. After Frank. Frank
Yeah,
then
Okay.
zombies.
Can I grab some of these and try and tie a knot in them?
Grab some of what?
Like he's got these tendrils,
The tentacle? Yeah.
If you have a rope, you could try corroding it.
Sure.
Right? Well, I'm
That's like
big.
tying it
I'm
off?
thinking
Yeah,
I could
he's
just
triple
tie
shot.
them.
Oh, well, yeah. If you're
Sure. Go ahead. Strength check, I guess.
I got an 18 doing those now.
All right. I'm gonna-
I rolled
I
a
guess
19, so I guess
Oh.
that's a 21.
all right. I was gonna give a reflex save. But when I thought you're on an 18, I was gonna be like, so sorry, Frank. But no longer. I don't hit a 21. I didn't get that high. I guess you've tied its mouth shut. It can't do its chaos speech anymore. That sounds about right. Zombies.
All right. So they wade out. I've called to them and they wade out into this pool it's standing still on some of these tubes, right?
Mhm.
It's got its body lifted up, and so they just start slashing at whatever the closest one is that they can get to.
All right. You see the waters as they're doing this. The waters, like little souls of giants, reach out and they're like, brother.
But of course, zombies are not going to care about that.
No,
So that's a 16. I don't think that hits, right?
no.
That is not going to hit either. That is a 11, and then I'm rolling on a d24. So 18.
18 will work.
Yes, that puts it. Okay, yeah, that puts it at 23. All right, d6. That's another 7 points of damage
All
that
right.
one of the zombies was able to get.
All right. I'll say it. The zombie at this point fully. It's like one of the very damaged ones that you guys have really been working one of these cores. It fully pulls it off, and the thing is now standing on 3 of its ventriloquial cords. It loses the action it was about to take, and Ian, it's your turn.
All right.
Beautiful.
So I'm up on it at this point in time, and I'm taking a shitload of damage. I'm like, if I'm not careful, I'll die, like straight up. So I pull myself up out of that, and like, how far down is this if I were to drop here?
It's 100 feet into the water of soul water.
I might catch you
Water.
though.
Yeah, we got some people on the way down.
You'll really wave when you run and you fly past.
Give you a wave to catch me?
Yeah,
No, I mean,
Or
I've got to get away
Well,
from this thing. If it hits me again, I'm dead. Like,
Is
there
he
any
anywhere near that
He's
extra
not flying
shield I
forward,
put up, Stefan?
I'll have Ian make a luck check.
Yeah.
Ian?
luck not great, but we'll see. Oh, hey, that actually passed. All right, I got it by 1.
Then yeah.
So
And
it
we'll
was
give you
shield,
plus
John.
4 to AC. I'll post what it does, but yeah, it's 5 feet away from it somewhere, but it'll grant you a bonus of 4 to AC if you hide behind it.
I mean, are we like? Is it on a crystal that's hanging
It's
around somewhere?
on it's like behind. There's one behind John, at kind of like equal level with you, and then there's one on one of your zombies.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So like, I hightail it over to where John is, then if I can, like via spinning just to move over there, and then once I'm inside of that, I don't know, like.
Sure. We can say if you spend your action die to just spin and get to a safer
Just haul
spot,
ass over there.
then sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Dave, back to you.
So when he was stuffing stuff in the tube, was that actually doing anything? Did we notice?
No.
Yes. Yes, it
Okay.
was.
Then I think I'm going to use the last of my psychic energies to cast Poisonous Gland and then poison spray into that gaping wound that I opened up in its carotid artery there. So in addition to my 1 plus 1d to escape grapbles and restraints, it's going to be a 5d6 poison spray directly into the tube.
All right.
So
damn.
you could do it. Oh, DC. So it's a 16 fort save to take half damage instead.
Okay. I got an 8 on the die for my fortitude save. Who knows what its modifier is? Who knows?
What did you roll?
Do you think an
23
8?
damage.
Do you think it has a plus 8 is the
23.
question.
Oh,
I will
plus-
use. Oh well. It's not well. In character, there's no reason I would know that he's doing that to give him my vial. But like,
This is a metagame currency anyway. Like.
oh, then I don't know if I need any luck going forward, so I can give 4.
Okay.
That'll leave me with 5.
Damn.
So it would be nice to he rolled low 8, right? He has to have a plus 8, right?
Mhm.
So if I hit, I might have plus 8 is the problem. So I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
Well, it's
So-
a static number though. I didn't roll for the
Yeah.
save.
Oh,
Okay.
So
what does he have to beat then? What is he trying to meet?
No, it's just
Oh,
he's got it's just
it was a 16. But anyway, if
I
he
see.
makes it, it's 5d6 damage or half.
Say so 23 is the full damage.
All right. He did have a
Poison.
plus 8. So Calvin.
Oh wow, he did.
He did.
Wow, I'm actually shocked.
All right. You do it. That cord that you're on, that ventricle stilt, whatever you want to call it, it turns black, necrotic black, and just falls off, and you fall into the water down below.
Yeah.
You don't take falling damage. The souls of giants catch you, and
Aw.
going, "Thank you, destroy it, free us."
they're like throwing me back into the mosh pit.
They 100. If you ask them, they 100% will toss you up.
All right.
All right. That you did that. That gets rid of its next action. So Calvin, we're on you.
The next most poisonous thing I have. Also, I have a question. This may or may not help. I have something in my character description or the class description called Goblin Luck. Is adding luck modifiers to mischief magic? Is the luck of the Irish real?
Well, what's your luck modifier right now? It's not good because it's a 5
what's-
actually.
What does 5 get you? Nothing?
A negative penalty. Anyway,
Right.
the text will be changed to say you may add your luck, is I believe what had been discussed with John. So don't worry about that. It's not gonna. If it's bad, it doesn't influence you. Or,
Yeah,
unless
but
you actually
are
want it to.
goblins lucky? Are goblins doing magic when they are doing mischief? Probably not, but it's kind of funny.
Anyway, what
Either
are
way,
your goblins up to?
My next nearest poison thing, we're gonna repeat the same attack, which is hack at it to make the hole bigger, and then put more poison in.
Well, Team A already has
I
a good
guess-
hold. They don't need to hack at it anymore. Team B has no.
Okay, then right. Team B. Well, first things first. Is the jar of wrote it down.
You got the cyan colored sap from the.
The cyan rock blood
Horrible castle.
jar. The rocks.
Mhm.
Right. The horrible castle juice. That's my next nearest, most poisonous
All right.
thing.
Shove it in. Why don't you?
It does shove it in.
All right.
We
Let's
didn't
say
write down what it did. But
let's say 2d6. It's not statted up. It's flavor poison.
it is flavor poison. 3 and 4.
All right. It takes that much damage. That ventricle cord falls off. All of the goblins are on that one, I'm pretty sure.
They are all on that
so
same one.
They
Yeah.
they fall into the water as well. He gets just a teeny little taste, not enough to do damage in his mouth, and it the cyan colored poison. It tastes like that frosty ice colored Gatorade, but with a little hint of spice. Eddie, there's only one ventricle cord left. This monster is ttrpg.
Did Team B of goblins just fall into the water? I mean, I guess that counts. It's fine.
Yeah, they just fall into the water.
That's fair enough.
That takes up their turn, honestly.
I'm okay with that. Oh, I want to say for flavor that we laughed at Ian falling earlier. Dave falling earlier. We deleted as he flew past us. Yeah,
But I fell on the crowd caught me.
he didn't catch the goblins because they're dicks.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work the same way for any of the rest of us.
Eddie.
I'm done.
All right, I got 13 for squeezins.
All right. For the squeeze, you squeeze and you just like literally pop it off from where you're squeezing at. And the whole thing falls into the soul water below, and you see the many giant souls become a rising whirlpool that are just ripping apart the Eldritch God while gently enveloping you all. And you see very briefly the gigantic heart and brain being ripped apart from one another and thrown back into the dead Cyclops Titan that you saw way back in your first adventure here on the Plane of Fire. And the creature there finally, its wounds almost heal, and then you see it finally truly die. Meanwhile, the souls wash you back into the crystallized throne room that you entered here in at the beginning of tonight's session. And as all alive, the giants start ascending into Valhalla. None of you are taken with them. I'm sure Rita maybe does or doesn't want to keep that, black orb with her.
I like the idea that when you said
that he
the black orb.
Yeah, that you botched the roll
yeah.
with.
That dragged us through. Yeah.
That's right. Ooh. Rita actually does want to keep it with her.
Rita soon discovers it will give you +1, now unlinked but still very powerful because of the past linking. Give you +1d to casting Planar Step, should you learn that, and can be used as a crystal ball for scrying purposes.
Nice.
And I want everyone to roll a d10 and have their current luck and or vile mod. A 5 is, I think, a -2. Calvin.
Thank you. Cool. Word.
Instead of D10.
Yeah.
Roll a d10 -2 for me. Is that
Yeah. Frank, you giant ghosts are literally like taking bags of stuff and throwing them down there, they're manifesting real form as they throw it down. Frank, a couple giants, they are throwing bags and you open them. You are given 11 bags that each have about 100 pieces of platinum in them. A magic sword that, roll on roll D14 plus 15, and you can do all the extra rolls on the DCC sword magic table. And one of them has an owl fly off its shoulder, and you gain an owl familiar.
Now what?
Familiar.
Oh. The Boobo?
Eddie, you were thrown a little bit less. You are thrown down 5 bags that each have 100 platinum pieces in them, and a random potion as per roll a D10 plus 14 on the make potion table DCC. John, same thing. You get 2 bags of platinum. With 100 bags, 100 pieces of platinum and a random magic potion. Dave, just because you need another magic sword. Indeed, you are thrown down 8 bags full of platinum pieces, another magic sword, and get a hawk familiar. And Ian, you, the luckiest of them all, they must notice what you are worth and worth worshipping. 5 bags of platinum, a magic sword, a familiar. I feel like you were just given a little demon. One of them must have been a very bad giant in life. A little demon flies, and he's like, "Oh wow, you're so cool, boss."
I reach up and give him a little high five, and he's like,
And you get a magic ring that will give you some extra luck. A magic ring that gives you +2 strength.
all right.
And we're missing someone. Who are we missing? Calvin, what'd you get on your roll?
I rolled a 4.
A 4.
So
Okay.
I rolled a 6, and I got a 4.
All right. You get 4 bags full of platinum and a random potion. All right. And the Void Orphan, gives blessings upon all of you. But perhaps you could have investigated things more fully, as you did not quite kill that Chaos God. But it is only banished from your realm. It cannot touch this plane of existence, but Ian, better than anyone else, knows that it is touching many others. And with that, Ian, I want you to make me a vial check, because maybe you are healed, or maybe that dark reflection that affected you is undone. Maybe.
I'm gonna
roll a 19.
damn it! We don't have enough vial to spend to reduce that. Shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It looks like.
Well, you can
You know what?
on
Rita's
divine
gonna
aid. Perhaps you can ask.
Rita's going to spend 7 of her vial.
7 vial? Holy
Yep,
shit.
reduce it.
That
Everybody
still
else wants to
doesn't do
chip
it,
in?
though.
I know. I'm just throwing it out there.
You rolled a 19?
7 more.
Sorry.
7
All right.
more. Let's go.
I
That'll
have
do it then.
5.
All right. Your buddies all heal you. The friendship is the real treasure.
We took it home.
But there we go. Yes, and not that but there is a room in there which basically has chaos modrons that are doing some behind the laying down the research. And you could have sabotaged their little chaos equation that would have caused their god to truly die. There's also a trapped angel. It could sense you, but did not want to reach out to you guys.
Yeah.
It was a great source of suffering for the chaos god. But yeah, so it is banished from this world, but still very much alive elsewhere.
Yeah. It's at least something.
So we do have a way out of this realm?
You're back. You're back.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you're
was about
at the
to say
beginning
that-
of the session in the Stone Giant Kingdom, deep underground. You find that you guys really did bust up that elevator, but Dave over here can do some little bit of earth magic and probably fix that in a bit.
I was about to say as a goofy end credits thing. When you said, and everyone survived, it has a black and white reel of dozens of dead goblins. You said,
yeah.
And they're just looking.
Everyone who mattered survived.
And the other thing I was thinking as a goofy what's it called? Not Revenge of the Nerds, but the end reel of went on to do so and so. Or is that
The Hot for Teacher video.
The Animal House.
Yeah.
Animal House. That's the one. And like, I like the idea of 4 goblins, each with a bag of platinum, running back into the temple to go to the pus room to live out the rest of their days.
They're addicted to
Luxury.
pus now. They're addicted to
Pus
pus
addicts.
now.
Then years from now, different realms will be invaded by demon goblins jumping through the portal. But if we're back at home, we're back at home. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could get up to some like
Yeah.
immediately
we
start
end.
fighting over the platinum.
We end with the jar lid opening up and the goblin coming out as a ghost and harassing all of the, just sitting there harassing all of the dwarf spirits that we left him with.
Yeah, it's very Mel Brooks type ending kind of a joke here. They're just like just fucking
Nice,
with us.
nice.
Well, anyway,
A voice
that's
from a cave.
that is it though. So there's the Conquest of
Yay.
Chaos.
Nice.
I really,
Cool, it was
I
fun,
really
Sutton.
thought I was gonna have to send 3 goblins up that ventricle.
We got to go inside.
Yeah, go inside.